It's the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube guys. How you doing, Connie? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyzEntertainment. This is your host, Wyan. We are joined today by a couple of very special guests. We've got Happy Harry Hardon with us, as well as Oliver. How's it going, guys?
Doing good, man.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming back on.
No worries. Thank you for having us.
You guys are always doing such cool projects at 656 Comics.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, welcome, Frog G.
Yay. What's up, Frog G?
What's up, Froggy?
How's it going? Thanks for coming. Obviously, we're going to chit-chat about the Cryptidnals, which is now funding. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to back the Cryptidnals, be sure and back it. Now would be a good time. If you've already backed it, consider backing again. You know, back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady.
Oh, yeah.
If by chance you don't have the means to back it right now, consider sharing it all over social media. Let's get some eyeballs on this project. So, as is customary, I mean, you guys have been on here before, but I'd love to do a refresher since it's been a little bit of time since we last hung out. I'd like to do what I call or refer to as a quote-unquote origin story. Love to start with Happy Harry Hardon and share with us what you were into as a child, be it cartoons, toys, music, movies, and what were the main milestones in your life that led you to becoming this amazing crowdfunded comics creator.
Sure, no problem. We can do that. And, my name is Happy Harry Hardon, or A.K.A. Ray Ramos. Part of 656 Comics, of course. I've been doing comics for the better part of 20 years already. I remember being about 8 years old when I first saw the Amazing Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends on Saturday mornings. And that's what really blew my mind. And I was really, really getting into the whole Marvel aspect of it and superheroes and stuff like that. And, it was a steady diet of, comics, animation like G.I. Joe, Transformers. Big one was Jason the Wheel Warriors. I love that show.
Yeah.
Love that show. Tiger Sharks, all that stuff, Thundercats, of course. And the steady diet of that all the way up until about age 14 when I discovered by accident a comic book by Tim Vigil called Faust. And I had never seen anything like that before. I was very much sheltered, I guess you could say, from everything and anything. And it was issue 4 of Faust. And I'm not sure you guys are familiar with that issue, but he's on the cover. He's completely naked. He's covered in gore, and he's got these claws, and they're popped. I was like, is this a Wolverine character? What's going on? I've never heard of this before. I didn't even know what underground comics were at that point. And I bought it. I bought it for 50 cents at the swap meet. And I took it home and I dissected it over and over again. I kept looking at it. The art was gorgeous. And I was like, I want to do comics like this. Like, this is something special. Like, this really affected me as far as what I thought comics could do and how far they could go. Because I was very, Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and, Captain America stuff. So that's what started it right there. And I started looking for people who were like-minded, who were into comics. And the first thing I would do as soon as I found them, I'd show them Faust. And it would explode their minds, and they're like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And we started gathering our forces, I guess you could say, and all these like-minded people. We started gathering and making books. Right about the time that high school was ending for us, we started seriously publishing books. We'd go to conventions and stuff like that, and that just developed into a love of the art form, writing. was poetry was my first love, and then of course comic books. But now it's poetry has taken a backseat to creating comics, and that's all that I want to do, and that's what I do full time. And I guess the icing on the cake at that point was when I was able to be published in Heavy Metal magazine. Another friend of ours created a character, and it was picked up by Kevin Eastman. And I know you've heard the stories about going to Comic-Con and showing off your art and getting picked up on the spot. And it actually did happen to this cat. His name is Alex Rigo, and Oli and I have both worked with him. And Alex showed off his work to Eastman. Eastman was like, I need this in my life, and I need it right now. That's how taken back he was with it. And he told Alex, go home, draw me up, like 8 pages, and we'll go from there. And you're going to be in Heavy Metal magazine. And we're like, what the hell? And Alex turned to me and he's like, I need you to write this. I'm like, what are you talking about? You have the art right there. He's like, it's just art. It's not a story. You need to help me. So Oli and I helped him. And lo and behold, a few months later, we were published in Heavy Metal magazine, and it just kept going from there. Interesting side note to that story, Alex is about to work with Rick Remender on Scumbag #8, and it comes out like in 10 days.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to be coming out in Image Comics, so we're really, really proud of Alex because it's been a road for him. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that's what started my love affair with comics and writing right there.
Sweet. Oh my gosh. What a trip. And let's see here. Frog G says, it's always a great time to back the Cryptidnals, but now is a better time.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Agreed. Welcome, Mananui. Hi. Why does the stream have a balancer?
That's that guy, or rather, that guy right there. That's you.
It's an exclusive stream tonight.
It's an exclusive stream.
Yeah. Don't crowd the talent, please. Welcome, Brian Criscow. So good to have you, man. Wee doggy.
What's up,
everybody? Hello. Oliver is doing killer colors for 6 Gun #8.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sweet. Thanks for dropping the links, Frog G.
Thank you, Frog G.
The Cryptidnals. And 6 Gun Gorilla, Cemetery Without Crosses. Nice. And how about you, Oliver? What's your origin story?
My origin story, well, it's I guess it's pretty different from Ray's because I wasn't into comics like early in my life. I was more into Nintendo, the 8-bit gaming system, Mario Brothers, Zelda. I mean, I would draw all those characters in my notebook, instead of doing homework. Also, I got exposed to Ninja Turtles. I would watch the cartoon. I would buy the comics, but not knowing there were comic books. I just thought, oh, cool, it's like more stuff from the cartoon, but I never understood the concept of comic books.
All right.
Until I went into elementary school, 3rd grade. I met a friend of mine named Danny. He was all into Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and I was like, "Wait, what is this, man? Is this like the Ninja Turtles thing?" Yeah, man, but it's like different. And I was like, "Oh crap!" And that guy knew how to draw too. And by that time, I draw too, right? During that age, but it was just like whatever, draw whatever stuff, whatever I saw on TV or cartoons or video games, but. As when I started drawing comic book characters, Spider-Man, Batman, all that stuff, and then that's when I start to explore the whole concept, the whole thing about Marvel and DC. I would bug my brother. Oh man, let's go buy comic books. No, where do we buy comic books? Well, let's go to 7-Eleven. I saw the spinner rack there, and other than Ninja Turtles, I saw X-Men. I saw. All Batman, all those books, and when I first started like going into it is when I bought Night Stalkers #1, the first appearance of Blade,
Nice.
not Blade, the modern Blade, Hannibal King. I always forget the guy with the gun. What's his name, Ray?
That was Danny Ketch.
No, the other guy. There's 3 members of Night Stalkers. It's Blade, Hannibal King, the vampire, and the guy with the big. I remember the gun's name, which is it's named after the actress of The Exorcist, Linda Blair.
Oh, Linda.
I forget the name of the guy. Is it?
Yeah, I forgot the name of him too.
Is it Drake or something like that? I forget. But that's when I first bought my actual first comic book.
I'm gonna find out while you keep talking. Go ahead. You keep talking, man.
And then that's like the me going into the rabbit hole. It's Night Stalkers, Ghost Rider, the death of Superman, and all those big events and comic book history and when I wanted to like do my career in comic books is when I first read Creed #2, I think.
Creed,
yeah, because
right.
It's like Ray said, no, when you go into comic books, you read the classics, no, you read the what's out there, but once you find out what's going on underground, that's when you say, shit, I want to do this for a living, no?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when and Creed was done by a 16-year-old guy, Trent Kanuga by that time. Yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm around that age. I could do this. So yeah, that's when I first started to like getting into drawing comic books.
Nice.
So and my first gig was at a local newspaper. Mm-hmm. I did a short comic book featuring a kid that would go into video game consoles. Going back to my love of video games.
Oh, right.
And remember, guys, this is Mexico, so no, we didn't give a damn about copyrights. So the game that the kid would go into was a Mega Man X game. So I would draw Mega Man and all the characters and all that stuff, and it was bloody as hell because of my Spawn influence at the time and Image and all that. And everybody liked it. All the kids in my school would say, hey, man, what's going to happen next? Well, read it, find out next week. But yeah, that was my first gig as a professional comic book artist. And yeah, man, underground comics is where is that, man? It's where the little light bulb flickered. No, and oh man, can do this. We can do this on our own. We don't need to ask Marvel or DC for anything, man. So that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go
ahead. No,
I was just gonna say that's where we were at during that time. Oh, by the way, his name is Frank Drake. You're right.
Frank Drake. Okay, cool.
Frank Drake. But I mean, that's where we were at during that time, and it was a hassle in this part of the country, I guess, to get to a comic store. In El Paso, there was only about I would say a handful of comic book stores that were active during that time, and it was quite a feat to get our parents to take us to these places. Like on the weekends, we had no idea about Wednesdays. New comics come out on Wednesday, so we always show up and there was nothing left. We just pick up whatever was left, the scraps that were left over. How did you get your comics, Oliver?
I remember Bancho, my brother, he would get them for me. I remember he and during high school he would just like skip class with his friends and hey man, let's go to Dragon Swords. That's a comic book by Mesa, El Paso. And hey man, the Death of Superman is coming out today. We better make go for it because it's gonna be a long line. And there was a huge line to get the comic book, The Death of Superman.
Oh my!
I guess it was like 2 copies per each customer, man. So
yeah, I remember that.
He just got one with the black poly bag with the bloody S and all that.
Yeah, I mean, didn't that version come with the black armband?
Yeah, the black armband, the little Daily Planet newspaper cutout, and the stamps and the stickers. I mean, I honestly didn't want to open it, but I didn't know about the collectability and all that stuff. But I think like one day after, I just ripped it open and started reading the book and all that. Yeah, but yeah, man. there were a few comic book shops back then. I remember Major Players. That's where
Major
we
Players.
that's where we would go and got a, what do you call it, Ray? A subscription or
Yeah, the box, the pull box.
the long box? Yeah, that's where we got our books from the Lee Trevino store. And the cool part of that store that they had video games too, so I would get my fix
Remember
there.
that? You fix the video games.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember. I think we looked at the yellow pages to find comic book shops, comics and collectibles. I think I looked under.
Wow, yellow pages, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Back then, yellow pages.
Those
man. And it was crazy, man. During those times, we didn't really understand the whole collectability aspect of it yet, because we were just so wanting to experience and to immerse ourselves in these stories about the heroes that we knew, and then the heroes that we were discovering. And indie comics were hard to get. Like, you would not believe how hard those things were especially here. I have a bunch of Greater Mercury comics that I took years and years and years to like acquire. Like Fat Ninja and Grips and stuff like that. And that's the stuff that I was really into: Psychopath, Clown Shock, all this crazy stuff that came out during the late 80s, early 90s. And it was difficult to find those, especially since we were still in high school and we couldn't really travel unless our parents traveled and stuff like that. But slowly but surely I started like getting these books together and showing them to everybody. But like Oliver said, there wasn't a lot of places to go in town, and I think even less in Mexico, right?
No, Mexico, there wasn't any. Not in Juarez. Juarez was barren, dude. Mexico City, by that time, they're more civilized over there, more educated in the comic book hobby. So yeah, over there probably they would have like people buying and selling, but in Juarez over here in the border, there weren't any comic shops until late mid 2000s. Man, we started having comic book shops popping up. Yeah, with the translated comics, right? With Superman, Batman, X-Men, all collected editions, and manga over here was a big thing, man. It was a lot of popular. They were more popular here than comic books.
Yeah,
I mean it's like right now, no? Mangas.
Yeah, very much so. Manga is like taking the industry by storm, especially with the things that Marvel and DC are putting out being such garbage. It was like an awakening, if you will, when COVID happened and comic shops closed down, and Marvel and DC almost overnight just gave up the ghost, and they said, "Oh, well, actually, no, it was more so Diamond, I guess."
Yeah.
And it was at that time that you suddenly realized how much reliance and how much of a monopoly they had going with Diamond, and Marvel and DC were both heavily relying on this distributor. And when I think it was DC who made the phrase "pencils down,"
yes,
where they decided, well, we're not going to be able to sell through traditional means. No point in doing more work. And it seemed so contradictory to what the indie scene was about. The indie scene was like, if there's ever a good time to sink your time into producing comics, now's the best opportunity. And it was like, it's when you realize that you don't have to go to the big two. You don't have to go to them to develop a comic career. You can do this from the ground up yourself. And people have shown that it can be done. It's possible. And it was just an amazing feeling, when you come to that realization.
No, it's true. I mean, that's exactly what we experienced as well. Oh, Ryan, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. You're going to not be disappointed.
back Cryptidnals because I can't pass on a Monster Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Eat a man, Frog G.
Awesome.
El Gargoyle says, "Well, I'm sorry your friend will be fired for image for being a hateful bigot."
Will he, Ray? I mean,
I don't think so, man. Alex is pretty resilient, man. He's done quite a few things. He actually drew this one book that he was really proud of, but like no one ever saw. He was working for Arrow, and he drew Debbie Does Dallas, and it was a beautiful. Yeah, it was a beautiful book. But they put a spin on it where Debbie was actually like a spy and all this other stuff.
Oh,
and yeah, it was pretty cool. And no one ever saw it. I barely saw a copy, but it was sold exclusively like through conventions and stuff like that because of course it's Arrow. And it was really cool. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think it was Deep Throat. It wasn't Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah,
it was
Deep Throat. It was Deep Throat.
Yeah, it was Deep Throat. I'm sorry. I was someone else that was doing the Debbie Does Dallas. So I'm pretty sure he'll be fine. Alex will be quite all right.
I remember he got a little bit like irked. No, I don't want to draw this thing. I want to like yeah. Was it explicit, right? Those comic books. I mean,
it was a little bit explicit, but not to the point where it wasn't a Tim Vigil comic. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It was. They showed like TNA and stuff, and that was about it. And they insinuated a lot, but
yeah, he made it more in soft core. No, it was
yes.
Yeah, he like tilted the camera angle, and so you don't want to see. You would like. It would suggest they were doing it, but not like actually or something like that. But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
tasteful.
It wasn't blatant. Yeah, it was very tasteful and stuff. So I'm sure he'll be fine. Alex will be fine.
But I'm hearing that book is kind of rare. No, I mean it's very rare. So
it's very rare to find that book. But yeah, I mean,
look who's here! It's the Cryptidnals.
It's us,
you guys.
I'm here.
What about Gargoyle? Yeah, that's a cool avatar, that hologram.
There's Gargoyle.
Welcome, El Gargoyle. Thanks for the eggplant.
Thank you so much, El Gargoyle. Always appreciate your eggplant. Wait a minute.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, there's a bigot. Kick him.
Oh, man.
Am I really? Am I one?
Are you really?
I don't know. That's what they say. That's what the word on the street is. Welcome, everyone. Ace is live on Indiegogo Acevedo. Saludos, hermanos.
How you doing, Edwin? Always good to see him.
Says, I'm still mad at Mexico for not renaming Mexico City El Santo City.
I didn't know that was on the table. Hell, I would have petitioned for that. That's awesome.
Hail Edwin. The Ace. Is that you are? Thanks for dropping the links, mods. ¿Cómo es? Up and away.
How would you say that? Like, how do you say it in Spanish? I don't know.
Yeah, how do you say that?
How would you say that?
Is that what Superman says? Up and away.
Yeah.
Was it translated in Spanish? That because I never heard Superman ever saying that in Spanish.
Pa arriba, way. I don't know.
Arriba y arriba. No, that's more Speedy Gonzalez.
Sígueme los buenos.
That's Chapulín Colorado. Sígueme los buenos. It's Chapulín Colorado.
That's something that the Flash would say.
Yeah, there you go. Arriba.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good question. You have to ask Pancho how that would translate, man.
Yeah.
Pancho, translate that.
Yeah, Pancho, translate that.
He's in the chat, by the way.
Awesome.
Welcome, El Grinch. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Grinch? Very cool.
You sure you weren't looking at in the back pages?
What's that reference to?
I'm thinking Deep Throat. I could be wrong.
Or the yellow pages?
Oh.
We mentioned it?
The back pages.
Frog G says, need a hop. Back to Cryptidnals. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Frog.
Thank you so much, Raji. Appreciate it very much.
The mainstream said pencils down, and that's when we put our heads down and went to work. Hell
exactly.
And that was the thing when all of this started happening, when COVID happened. That's immediately what we thought. We all had the same thought at the same time. Like, if we're gonna do books, now's the time because nothing's getting done. Let's put our heads down. Let's do this. Let's get to work. And we did. And we produced Undead Border. That's a campaign that we just finished fulfilling last month. And we hopped right on this one, to fulfill or to start pimping the Cryptidnals and getting it out. And we do have a date to deliver the Cryptidnals. As of right now, it's in December of this year. So we're not going to be just resting on our laurels. We're going to get this done and we're going to get it out as soon as possible.
Nice. There was a Johnny Wad comic too.
That's right.
From the same publisher?
Mm-hmm.
Orale,
From
cool.
Arrow. I believe so.
Arrow.
I believe so.
I remember Alex, he was all hyped. Oh, they're gonna set a booth at AVN. We should go, man. AVN is a porn convention, WyzGyz.
It was
Yeah.
Hey, we were like, oh yeah, invite us. We should all go.
He showed me pictures. He went to one of the conventions where Arrow was there and they had a booth. Yeah, and he was partying with Evan. I forgot his name, but he was a big porn star during that time. I think his name was Evan something. I don't remember what his last name was, but he was he had long hair, and of course, he was a porn star. And he has pictures of him partying with him and stuff. And I'm like, man, look at that. That's awesome. He's like,
shooting cocaine and shit.
Imagine. Oh, we should have been there. That would have been awesome.
You guys didn't go?
No, we didn't go.
He kept quiet. That Alex.
Yeah, Alex kept quiet about that. But we know the stories. We know what's going on.
There's probably some photo and video evidence of those times.
Don't let Image know about those.
I know. Don't let Image know about that.
Get canceled.
Man.
Welcome, Francisco Urs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our bro there. That's our bro.
Hail 656 Comics. Hail chat.
Nice.
Baby Sharon City.
That's we call those in the wrestling business exoticos wrestlers. They're like what is it translated to, Ray? Exotic,
like an exotic wrestler. Do you remember the fabulous Adrian Adonis back in the day?
I'm familiar. He was one of the 80s wrestlers, right?
Yeah, he was an 80s wrestler. He'd come out, he'd be made up, he'd have a feathered boa, and, all this stuff. Yeah. That's exactly what that is. In Mexico, they have a lot of wrestlers, and they're called exoticos, exotics, and that's how their shtick is. They're kind of very effeminate, and they come out, and then they just beat the living crap out of their opponent and stuff.
So it's more it feels more demeaning for their opponents when they get beat down.
Exactly. There you go.
That's pretty funny. Up and away. I think it translates as a luchar por la justicia.
A luchar por la justicia. Yeah.
Justicia.
Well, fight for justice.
Fight for justice. Yeah, because sometimes you can't translate it. You can't translate stuff exactly, so you have to interpret it in a different way. So probably that's what Superman said instead of
yeah.
So
there you go, Gargoyle.
For those of you who have backed it, thank you very much. If you've already backed it, consider backing it again. Back the Cryptidnals, which is now funding. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times, lady. If you don't have the means to back it today, please consider sharing it all over your social media so we get more eyeballs on this. I want to see this succeed and soar into the stratosphere.
We need to get. There needs to be a 6-figure campaign, honestly.
Oh wow! Holy crap, man!
Hey man, don't let John and Ethan hog all the glory.
There you go.
Let's make this bad boy a big campaign.
Shoot for the stars, indeed. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ethan and I have history, remember? So,
sky's the limit.
He probably doesn't remember you, Ray, but
yeah, I doubt he remembers me, but I remember him. And it was the same time that we met Trent. Also, we had gone to a convention, and Ethan was there, and they had just finished doing Hall of Heroes at San Diego. And I went up to him, and I had bought Cyberfrog #1, And in the back of Cyber Frog #1, it said, he wanted to thank a bunch of different people, and one of the people that he thanked was Satan. And I went up to him and I'm like, "Hey man, I got your book. It's awesome." This was way back in the day. He was still young and had no gray hair. And I was like, "Hey man, I really enjoyed your book and your thank yous. They made me laugh and all this other stuff." And he was like, "Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah man, thanks a lot for producing the book. Oh, by the way, hail Satan," like that. And I think I scared the living crap out of him at that time, and I just kind of like slinked away into the crowd of San Diego Comic-Con. But yeah, that was my experience with
Did you have
Ethan.
your pentagram on your hand?
Yeah, I should have done it like that, like the Night Stalker and stuff. And the Night Stalker is originally from El Paso, so there you go.
Oh, well, yeah. The more you know.
El Paso is one hell of a city.
Oh, Mexico. Juarez is one hell of a city, man. You guys are even worse. My God. Oh, man.
So we got the Cryptidnals, which is now funding. Looking good, looking good. Let's go ahead and play the trailer here.
Let's go.
Cool.
In the dark recesses of cyberspace exists nightmare fuel we take as fallacy, but these tales and images are cursed through the power of belief. Tulpas, sentient thought forms residing in between the abyss of life and death. Their endgame is to destroy the only reality they know, ours. Only darkness can vanquish darkness, more rapid than the radiance of light. Enter the Cryptidnals, mythical beasts of unearthly abilities whose existence has been criminalized by humanity. The first and only line of defense against the incursion of otherworldly evil. A secret war of monsters is about to begin.
Every time we see the little kids, I notice something different. A new hairstyle, a new different face.
They're creepy, man. I mean, Dario just went to work on that, man. Like, he has so much diversity in that one image. It's like you just got to sit there and look at everything and just be in awe.
Exactly.
Was this this was a teaser. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, this was the original.
That's what you played at the beginning while it was in pre-launch, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
And you're building your list.
Mm-hmm. You can play it if you'd like. I mean, it's still, is
do it.
Still relevant.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Between realities is thin. Sometimes we catch glimpses of a world we were never meant to see.
Yes, hello. I need help. I can hear it. It's eyes. They're glowing. Oh my God. What is that? Please, someone help me.
Monsters are real, waiting in the shadows to rend our flesh and devour our souls. But not all darkness is as it seems. The Cryptidnals.
Yeah, and that was a trailer by the other Odyssey brother, Mr. Dominic Odyssey. He's the one that's in charge of all the media, the trailers and such. So he did a really good job on that, by the way.
Nice. So we've got 4150 USD so far. That's a pretty good start.
We haven't refreshed it since the morning, so I don't know if that's still the case. So
let's see. All right, just refresh. And that's 138% of your fixed goal already. When you
Awesome.
guys are putting together your fixed goal, how did you break it out? I mean, well, you don't have to go into any real detail, but was it mostly to cover cost of shipping, especially international, combined with paying the talent, and then maybe also paying for some of the time you guys put into it yourselves?
It's mostly pay the talent, the cover shipping, cover the shipping and handling, no,
Yeah.
the Gemini mailers and all that stuff. Some of the perks, some of the printing of the book. I mean, it's just basic, just the basic, just to like get by. But obviously, if we get more funded, we'll have more room to get more stuff done, no, better quality or more quantities, more perks, all that stuff. But yeah, we with this amount we can do it, but we always want more, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. You want to cover your costs, but also ideally to make sure you're not in the negative,
Of course.
and to reinvest in your next
Mhm.
campaign, so you keep the series going. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
speaking of which, was the Cryptidnals intended to be a series, or are you like doing major all-in-one stories and then moving on to another title?
We've been discussing this on all the streams that we've been on, and it's interesting how it's evolved into what it's become. Originally, I started working on this back in 2016 because I found notes and everything, detailing what I wanted to do with the story. And slowly but surely, I started writing it. And originally, I wanted it to be an ongoing series. I wanted it to continue more than 4 or 5 issues. And I approached Dario, which is the artist on the book, and he's part of 6x6 Comics, but I approached him on my own, not through the group, to see if he wanted to do this with me, and he said yes, and we started working on the book. And I kind of told him, like, don't tell anybody, just don't tell the 6x6ers, let's just do this. It's kind of like cheating on your girlfriend kind of thing. We're just gonna do this on the side, no one's gonna know about it. And Dario was like, okay, whatever, I get to draw monsters, that's what I want to do, whatever. And he drew it. So in 2018, he drew the first 6 pages of the book, and it's nothing like it is now. Compared to now, those 6 pages are very, like, we should forget about those pages. They were in color, and they were drawn in a very different style than the art that he has now. And I wanted to pitch it to Peter Simeti at Alterna. And that's when Peter got swatted. That's when all that controversy happened with Peter. And we had just sent out those pages, and they got lost in the ether. Peter never got a chance to see. Then I turned around and I told these guys, like, hey, I'm sorry, I've been doing this behind your back, and it didn't mean anything, and all this other stuff. And they're like, why'd you do that? Why didn't you tell us? There's strength in numbers, blah, blah, blah. They gave me the whole, scolding. Exactly. And they were like, well, first things first, we gotta change the style, because this style does not fit the story that you're writing, and we're getting rid of colors. And I'm like, whoa, I want color. And Oliver and I spent about a week arguing back and forth about color. And this is coming from a colorist. Okay, a colorist is telling me no color, and I'm arguing with him like, no, I want color in this. And finally, he won out because he was right. It didn't have to have color, and the style changed dramatically. And we told Dario, like, hey man, just open up, go crazy, do what you need to do to make this book fun and also to your liking. And the art reflects that, because Dario is very, very much fully invested in what he's drawing. The art looks fantastic. The monsters look creepy. The storytelling is there. And it was like the best decision that we ever made. So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise that those pages were lost, when we sent them off. And of course, Oliver's art direction, everything, all the input that he says, he has experience working on major projects and stuff, has added to it as well to make the book what it is. It's a group collaboration. Dominic, even, Pancho, Javier, who was the artist on Undead Border, all of the input that these guys have put into this project has come through and is shining through in what we're producing right now.
So did it take having to see the images in print to realize that black and white was the way to go?
Ray was always telling me, I want this book kind of like a Junji Ito manga, no? I want it creepy and I want it atmospheric, moody. And I said, well, what you turn into Alterna does not reflect that. So we gotta do what you want to do, man. We gotta go with what you're selling us. So we gotta go black and white. We gotta go with halftones, cross hatching, pacing, better storytelling, setting up the mood, scenes, and all that. So that's why we went with black and white, because we gotta come through with what Ray was selling everybody. So,
And Ray, are you the main storyteller of the team?
Well, Pancho is also a writer, so I appreciated his input. I mean, everybody has input. We all kind of wear different hats when it comes to 6x6. You know, we like certain things, certain aspects of comics and stuff, and we all come from different backgrounds. Even though we all know each other, we have different tastes as far as comics are concerned. So when I write something, and if Pancho or Oliver, even Dominic, they read it and they're like, hey man, maybe you could do something different here, or something, change it up a little bit. I take that to heart, and I really, really want to try and make it the best possible. And if these guys see something that I don't see, then let's do it, honestly. And the same thing goes for Dario. I explained to Dario at the very, very beginning, like, hey man, pretend that we're in a car, pretend we're in a vehicle, and you're the one driving, and I'm the one that's holding the map. Now, I'll tell you where you can go, but if you've been there before and you know a better way to get there, then by all means, man, you're in control of the vehicle. And that will help us both get to the same destination efficiently and at the best way possible. So it's a team effort, obviously.
So. Can you go into the reasoning you wanted to do this behind the scenes initially? Were you thinking that this idea might not go over well with the rest of the team, so you want to just explore the possibilities of whether it was a fleshed out enough idea?
Yeah, honestly, that's pretty much what it was. Like, I know these guys have been doing books for a very long time. I have a few books under my belt, but not as many as 6x6 does. And the idea at first was very, I don't know. Originally, the Cryptidnals were supposed to be, and this is like, a little bit of a spoiler, but not really. Originally, the Cryptidnals were supposed to be a team of monsters that were supposed to rob the planet of its paranormal artifacts. That's what the team was supposed to do originally. So they were criminals and they were Cryptidnals, and that's where the two words came together, Cryptidnals.
Okay.
And I thought it was a great idea at first, but then when I started doing the research and I started getting into the nuances of cryptozoology and the legends and the myths, especially in the surrounding area where we live, I was like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that because there's the way that I'm playing it is borderline humorous, and I don't want that. I want horror, and I want good horror. I want the type of horror that will stay with you days after you read it, and it's unsettling. That's the good horror that I want. So
yeah,
that's kind of why I went behind their backs. It was like I didn't want to show them what I was doing. But once everything happened and they saw what we were trying to do, what me and Dario were trying to do, then that's when the ideas really started flowing, and that it just, the synchronicity just started going, and this is the end result right here.
At the same time, it probably felt like a weight was lifted off your back. Now that
big time.
Everyone was like jiving together and trying to come up with ideas that would make this the best it could be.
Exactly.
And Oliver, how did it feel when you were heartbroken that Ray cheated on you?
No, I was. You can't break my heart, guys.
that guy's heartless, man. By the way,
yeah.
So
no, but it's just my critical eye, man. I mean, you have to offer the best. You have to. It's if you're using our name, our brand, it has to be the best work you can do. No, so that's why I said, back to the drawing board, guys. I mean, and Dario. Well, you're looking at what Dario can do, and what he turned in. was not up to par. It didn't live up to his name, so that's why we had to go with this.
Right on.
And I used my big eraser to erase everything.
Yeah, I use this big erasers. I don't know if you want to show the original pages. I know you have them somewhere, just so you can compare and contrast on what we have now. And I mean, if you scroll down, you'll see some of the artwork that Dario is producing for the book, and then you'll see the original pages and be like, okay, that was a good idea. Good job, Oliver. So.
Yeah, this is badass.
Yeah, that was the alternate cover drawn by Raymond Gay, and this cover was drawn by Aurelio Mazzara, that cover right there. And if you keep scrolling a little bit further down, that's when you'll see, there you go. That's Dario's work right there. That's featured in the trailer as well.
Yeah, that is detailed. All those lines. How you use the lines to form the shapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's Gargoyle's favorite panel, by the way.
Yeah, Gargoyle's favorite panel is the big splash, the medium-sized splash panel in the top
with the booty.
Yeah,
Bigfoot booty.
Bigfoot booty.
The booty.
Then the cool thing is that originally when Dario first drew the book, he drew digitally. He didn't have anything on paper.
All right.
And that's one thing that Oliver was like, nope, you got to do this on paper. And he went back and he started drawing pen and ink, and this is what we got right here. So,
if you can share my screen, WyzGyz.
Yeah.
That's that same panel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not to this this style, this Dario style, because Dario is very versatile. He can draw in various different styles and he can color digitally. He can work digitally, but honestly, if you want to do cross hatching and all that, you gotta go traditionally, man. So, I mean,
so this is that same page.
You can do it digitally, of course, but then what would be the point, no?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad style, but what you guys went for in the end was the right decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you guys considered, or are you already planning on taking these original, the original pages that were run and like adding it to the back of the book as like?
We're probably going to add them in the sketchbook. There's a tier that we're offering with a sketchbook, so we'll probably add it there. Maybe with commentary from Dario and Ray. So tell us, like, give us the truth on what the hell they were thinking.
You know what? And I'll admit this. You know, for once in my life, I was never happier to be wrong when it came to that right there. And these guys, you know, help me see that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. This is wicked. I love this cover.
Mm-hmm. That's our cover A, which is drawn by Dario, and Red Garcia did the colors on that one. Then the Red Garcia. And then this is cover B. This is called the Battle of Nightmare Hall cover. And it has a crucified Mothman on it. Raymond Gay, who is an artist here in El Paso. He's local. He's.
It froze.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
The screen or the whole stream?
No, the razor. Raise back.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. Yeah, he's been.
All right.
What you saying, Ray? You froze again?
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let me fix this here. Maybe this is affecting it. Hold on, let's see. But this is Raymond Gay. He's been doing a lot of covers for Last Ronin, variant covers for Last Ronin, and some Ninja Turtle books for IDW. And he wanted to do this cover, and it's a homage to X-Men's 260.
What happened?
I don't know what's going on, man. It's happening again. It always happens at this time for some reason. I don't know why.
Close the windows and tabs you have open with the porn.
I'm gonna have to.
Ray, are you using the Wi-Fi?
Gargoyle is saying, white supremacist Peter Samedi? That Peter Cimenti?
That Peter Cimenti? No, not quite. Not that one. Where I leave off. Bigfoot. I asked if you were going to have a budding zombie and undead border. That's right. Did we?
I remember.
I don't remember.
I remember.
You remember being asked, but did you have one in there eventually?
I don't think we do. I don't remember that part. I was just a translator on that book, so I'm not sure if we did or not.
Well, you know, if and when you do a sequel to it, you ought to do a draw-in tier where you could be the zombie who eats butts.
Well, there was a lot of big-breasted zombies. That's thanks to Harry.
Oh, all right,
That's true.
that's a good thing. Absolutely.
I don't know if you're into that kind of necromantic thing. Go for it.
Oh man,
Ray, you need to use the Starbucks one.
it's just too far, man. You know, I got to take the car. I got to drive down the road.
What's next to you? The Dairy Queen? Dairy Queen Wi-Fi?
Dairy Queen. There's a funeral home behind me. Walmart's a little bit down the road.
Use a funeral Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'll use the funeral home Wi-Fi. It's not like they're using it, you know.
Where the signal's always dead, right?
Yeah. Oh man. What was that? Oh yeah.
We were talking about this covering the artist.
Yeah, it's Raymond Gay. He's a local El Paso artist, and he's been doing variant covers for IDW for Last Ronin. And this was the cover for the homage cover for X-Men 262, where Wolverine was crucified on the X, and he wanted to draw Mothman. I approached him. And I'm like, hey man, you want to draw a cover for our book? He's like, well, what do you got? And I told him the story. He's like, yeah, I'll do it as long as I get to draw Mothman. I'm like, knock yourself out, man, go crazy. And this is what he gave us.
That's a great way to adapt it to include Mothman. It works out really well, especially as an homage. That's pretty sweet.
And then this cover, this is by Aurelio Mazzara. He is an Italian artist. He's worked with Marvel. He's done a few, I guess, kids' books for Marvel. And he was also the concept artist for Psycho Gorman. He designed Psycho Gorman.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a live-action horror movie?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
It's a live-action Power Rangers horror movie.
Really? Oh, really? That's interesting.
It's really good. I had a good time watching it, and Aurelio was like, "Hey, I want to draw a cover." I've been talking to him for a few years already, and he lives in Italy, and it was during COVID also over there when it started hitting really, really hard. And I'm like, "Do you want to draw something for the book? We're still working on it." He's like, "Yeah, I'll draw it," and he drew it, and Oliver lent his colors to it for this one and for the Raymond Gay cover. Oliver went ahead and colored it.
Sweet. That looks good. And then you go into the story. Cryptids live among us, monsters of myth and fable, some gods, some devils. These things are what our fear of the dark is based upon, and every culture around the world has their own stories about the beasts in their own backyards. But what if the stories and legends are truer than what we believe? What if these abnormalities have their own secret society that has been around since the dawn of man? Furthermore, what if that society is being threatened by new horrors arising from the ethereal realm of cyberspace, with evil tulpas, emanations created through the power of belief? Enter the Cryptidnals, monsters who have been criminalized by human society for existing, the first and only line of defense against the incursion of otherworldly evil. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And that was the story. And that was another reason too that I didn't approach these guys right off the bat, because I wanted the book to be very like monster oriented. The human side of the story is downplayed a lot. Kind of like when the X-Men were really good back in the 80s. They didn't really have interactions with humanity. It was more just the mutants that would interact with each other. And that's what I wanted to bring to this story. It's just the monsters interacting with each other and trying to figure out what's going on. While everybody else is just, they don't know what the hell is happening. So that was a big part of that. And when I wanted to approach these guys with that idea, I didn't know if they were going to understand what I was trying to do. So that lent a little bit more, I guess, fear to me being rejected by them and stuff.
As I was reading the description, the story, it kind of reminded me of. You remember the voiceover from this TV series called Tales from the Dark Side?
Exactly. That's what we're going for. So, all right. Awesome. We did a good job.
Yeah, you nailed it. Interior art. Oh, man. This is nice.
There's a lot of obscure references in our creation. So
yeah,
when someone gets it, we're just damn.
We did a good job. Yeah, we did it.
You know what would be? You know what this would be cool as? Like, those wood carvings where I don't know if they use like the equivalent of a soldering iron, but you're doing wood burning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a piece like this would look really cool in wood, I think.
Maybe for a stretch goal.
That would be neat.
I'd say a stretch goal, maybe have maybe a 1 or 2 pieces and stuff. See if the audio wants to do it, or if there's a different way to do it, we can figure it out.
Yeah, I remember this imagery from the pre-launch.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff.
So, what is a rake, Ray? Do you know? Well, of course you know, but in the context outside of the Cryptidnals, what is the rake? What's the story behind it? Yeah,
like something you use in the garden, or like the monster.
Come on.
From what I heard, it's kind of like an offshoot of the Wendigo story. From what I've researched, it's someone that is emaciated and they live in the woods somewhere, and they appear like in weird places, and they have these long fingernails, and they kind of shred their victims into pieces, and that's why they call them the rake, because they rake them to pieces and stuff. There's been a lot of sightings in recent years of that creature. Really? But apparently it all started from the internet. It started from creepypastas, and that's what we're trying to do here. So pretty much what we're doing is pitting the cryptids versus the creepypastas, like the Rake and the Black-Eyed Kids, and our version of the Slender Man, which is called El Ñango. And El Ñango actually has a little bit better backstory, if I may say so, than the Slender Man, because the Slender Man is just some dude in a 3-piece suit sitting in the woods just waiting for kids with tentacles. But we actually give him a purpose and a backstory that is really, really scary. So that's what we did with El Ñango, and that's one of the characters as well, along with the Rake and the Black-Eyed Kids.
Yeah, those. Anytime you've got black-eyed kids or kids with vacuous eyes, it's creepy as hell.
I don't know if you heard the stories, WyzGyz, about the Black-Eyed Kids, but there's some really seriously effed up stuff. I mean,
what is the background on that?
We'll tell it, Ray. No.
You started it. You tell your version.
What I heard, they're just kids that appear out of nowhere, looking for help, looking for their way home or to use their telephone. But apparently, when you're confronted with them, you get paralyzed. You get a sense of fear, but you don't know why, because I mean, they're just kids. They're like dressed in raggedy clothes. They're like out of dated clothing. They're dressed in, and they confront you. Oh, sir or ma'am, can I use your phone? I mean, I'm lost. My dad left us, but we don't have any money. Can you lend us some so we could call a cab or something? And that's when the fear grabs a hold of you, and you don't know what's going on. But all the stories say that the people they're confronted with, they break away from the Black-Eyed Kids, and nothing goes beyond there because there's no one that that has succumbed to them. But and it's weird because they're when you're approached with these kids, their faces are down, looking down. And once they look up, you see that the whole eyeball is black. And that's when you know, shit, man, it's fight or flight. No, you gotta run away, or else you don't want to know what happens next. So,
man, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if they approach you and they're just looking straight up, then that's one thing. You know something is up, and to be cautious. But if they start with their head down, then they do have a chance of suckering you in.
And I was into that stuff back in the day, and honestly, every time somebody knocked the door, I wouldn't even go open it because damn, I don't want. It's the whole tulpa thing, no? If you're if you read it, you feel weird, and you'll start like it'll start manifesting itself, no? And it might like they might show up in your house.
You start hallucinating and stuff.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing about the tulpas and the creepypastas. If you give it enough power, they're gonna show up and cause havoc. And so every time somebody knocked, I will just like through the peephole, see who it is. If I see kids, don't open the door. If it's an adult, I'll just yell, "Who is it?" and try to scare them away.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
And in the research that I've done, I've come across a lot of different stories. And one of the biggest things about in researching all this stuff, in a lot of different traditions, especially native traditions, you tell stories because it was always oral tradition. Nothing was ever written down, and you tell stories at certain times of the year. There's in the wintertime, you tell a different type of story than you would tell in the summertime because of the seasons, because of the energy that is around. And that's another thing too. When you start talking about this stuff, and I know everybody in the chat, and I'm sure you've experienced it as well. When you start talking about this stuff and you start creeping yourself out, you start drawing energy, and that energy attracts things, things that you can't see, or shadows or ghosts or whatever you want to call it, the paranormal. And that's the feeling that you get when you're looking or reading like the creepypastas, or you're researching, like watching video on cryptids or Bigfoot or whatever. And that's the feeling that I want to convey in the story. Like, what am I looking at here? What am I gathering here? What am I calling in? And Oliver came up, said something that's really, really hard, hits hard as far as the black-eyed kids are concerned. And that's, if I see it and they're looking down, then I'm okay. Or rather, I get this creepy feeling, and that's when it starts. You start getting this fear. It starts building up. And the only way that you get that I've noticed, like in literature and stuff like that, is when you experience like a vampire or something like that, something that sucks the energy out of people. Mm-hmm. And that's my take on the black-eyed kids. They're like the modern Nosferatu, because a Nosferatu vampire has to ask you to be invited into their home, and usually these things show up and they're like, "Hey, can you help us? Can we come into your house? Can you lend us a hand?" So I think that these things are actually like modern Nosferatu vampires that are trying to gain access and drain you of whatever life energy you have.
And there's a case. I mean, like I said, right now they're out of date, because I heard a story that the black-eyed kid showed up with an apple in his hand. Okay. And he said, "Hey, can I come in? I need to use the telephone." And the guy said, "No, you can't." "Well, at least give me ketchup for my apple." What the fuck? I mean, it's these things that they're not normal. They're I don't know where these kids pick up these things. I mean, but ketchup on their apple. I mean, where have you seen that? Flag. Where have you seen that? I mean,
yeah, really, that's a red flag for sure.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could say I'm gonna have like salt for my apple, maybe. Okay, well, I know people who pour salt on their apples, right? But ketchup. That's weird. I don't know.
You want to tell them? Are you even human? What are you saying?
I know. Are you human? Because they're also saying that the Men in Black, they're tulpas too, man. They're like created by thought. because these are awkward people that show up out of nowhere and wear these like and black suits, no, but they don't know how to a phrase that your boy Sax always says. They don't human very well because they're very awkward. They don't know. Some cases say that they don't know what a telephone is. I mean, they ask, "Hey, you can use a phone. What's a telephone?" I mean, it's just these things that don't know how to operate very well in the wild. I mean, like in normal day-to-day things. So probably that's the thing with the Apple. I mean, they don't know what they just have like, these accessories, and they're just like, what can I do with this? So it's
these accessories. I love it.
Yeah. Let's try to blend in, no?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, let's be human.
Yeah, let's be human.
As soon as it said accessories, I was thinking action figures.
There you go.
You had the black-eyed kids, and then as a part of their weapon set, you'd have apples with packets of ketchup. If
we do the customized figure and we do a black-eyed kid, I'm going to include an apple with ketchup in it. Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah,
that would be funny. Yeah. Well, when you're referring to the Men in Black, are you referring to those that people associate with like government officials, or?
Yeah, every time people report a UFO sighting, these guys, individuals show up. Yeah, I got all this info from a local podcast, Leyendas Legendarias. They went into a deep dive into what is a Men in Black. So it's just something people thought about. So you just heard rumors, and they keep repeating the cycle. No,
right.
The Men in Black will show up if we report a UFO, and it happens. I mean, you report something, they see something, and these guys show up, all weird looking, all awkward looking, and they're there. They're just there, like, hey, so tell us about your UFO?
Yeah.
It's like that whole thing, man. Like when you're driving a certain type of vehicle, you start noticing the same vehicle when you're driving around. You know, it just kind of grows from there. Like, oh my God, I'm driving a Camaro. There's so many Camaros in the world. You know, stuff like that. And it plays off the same thing. Like you don't notice these things until you start noticing these things, but it becomes like a chain.
Or looking at numbers, no, a certain number. I mean, and like 656, I always notice 656 everywhere. No, the addresses or the time at my computer, I always look up. Oh, it's 656. I mean, it's just like that. No, you like it's a part of you now. No,
I
exactly.
Guess a portion of it is, I guess, considered numerology, and for some reason, I typically either see 9/11, or I'll see 1/11. Or 11/11, or something like that, and or like 222 or something like that. And
there you go.
From what I'm told, supposedly, if you see like 1/11 or lots of repeating numbers, supposedly, I guess angels are signaling to you that you're kind of going down the right path. So. Yeah, I gotta look into it further because it's kind of interesting.
Or maybe it's time to buy a lottery number.
No, exactly.
Wouldn't it?
It's weird, man. Once you start noticing all these things, I bought Psycho Gorman. That was a great movie. Yes, it was. Once you start noticing all these things, it starts kind of like really messing with your head. Like, what have I missed? You know, or what am I seeing? Am I supposed to be seeing this or not? And it just really, really starts, especially late at night, like at 3 a.m, you're like surfing like TikTok or YouTube or whatever. And you start deep diving into stuff that I don't think you should be looking at. And it just starts, oh my God, did that just move? What did I just see? A shadow? I think I need to turn on the light. And that's me right there. You know, I stay awake at night and I start, deep diving into this different stuff. And I creep myself out and I got to get up and walk around, turn on all the lights, make sure everybody's here. And
it usually happens to me when I hear loud music, when I have the radio on, like loud. I start like imagining someone's at the door knocking or trying to break in, no? And I lower it. And, okay, I'm not hearing anything. And then level the volume up again, and I start like somebody's at the door, no? And then I mute it, go downstairs, and nobody's there. So it's just starting to play tricks on my mind. And okay, it's time to relax. Turn off the music and let's watch cartoons. No, let's watch. I don't know.
That's a reaction, man. That's like a reaction immediately. If we get creeped out, we need to ground ourselves with something that's familiar. And usually, well, for me, that's the Golden Girls. You know, I'll immediately start watching the Golden Girls because that grounds me like immediately. But like you're saying, you know, cartoons and stuff like that, that'll ground you and you feel safe and you're okay, and then you can continue. And everything kind of seeps away. But that comes back to what we were talking about, like gathering energy. Because once you start looking at this stuff, you start drawing in all this energy, and things are attracted to it. Things that I have seen. With my own two eyes, I have seen certain things that I cannot explain away. And I know that they're out there. And other people that I know have seen them, the same thing that I've seen. And it's just corroboration of what's going on. But I don't want to get into that and really start creeping myself out. But
you have your lights off, Ray. So
I know my lights just went off. The sun just went down. Let me turn on the light. Keep talking. Give me a second.
Jesus.
Have you gotten yourself worked up to the point at which you turn on the volume or you mute it, and then you go to check out? Well, speaking of numbers, I saw our clock click over to 1:11. Do you get yourself worked up to where, all right, so you turn on the volume and then you go check out the door, but you check it out in such a way that you are cautious about checking it out, to where, like, I've literally just out of paranoia or overabundance of caution, I'll kind of approach it from the side, in case, someone plunges a knife through the door or fires a few rounds off from a pistol. So they teach you in martial arts that when you are facing your opponent, you don't go straight on.
Yeah.
Because when you're straight on, you got the most body area.
Yeah.
You form a bigger target. So at an angle or at a side, you have less to aim at. So same goes for if you're about to be attacked by a weapon. If you got Jason coming through the door, you don't necessarily want to be looking straight through standing right in front of the door.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, our doors have metal bars on top of it, so we're pretty safe. But yeah, I usually like I either creep to check the peephole or just stand there listening to if somebody's outside. And if not, okay, I go away from the door. No.
Yeah. And speaking of that kind of stuff, creeping yourself out, something similar would happen to me with regards to not so much creepypasta or these legends from all these stories people tell through the generations, but when you see news stories about serial killers and stuff like that, and you remember when the Night Stalker was popular?
Ray has a funny story about the Night Stalker.
Really? Well, I was just gonna say, we were like pre-teens or teenagers at the time, and so Night Stalker was all in the news all the time, regularly. So we'd watch and listen to the news, and then get all creeped out. And at one point, when we went to bed, we would do like makeshift lame versions of MacGyver traps at the windows and at the doors. And
you were at LA during that time? Or
no, I was in California. I'm originally from California, but
okay.
We were. It was in the news, but we were in across from San Francisco. And San Francisco is about a 6-hour drive north of LA.
Yeah.
Oh man, San Francisco, that's a whole other ball game. You got like the Zodiac Killer and all that stuff over there. That's worse, I think.
Yeah, true, but at the same time, that's the one that we kind of glommed onto at the time. So we try to set up makeshift traps so that if someone came through the window or through a door, then we hear some loud sound or be alerted.
like in Death Wish 3, no, when they use the plank and with the nails under the window.
That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, for us, well, for me, when I would get creeped out by the news, is when trying to bring it back to Cryptidnals was the Chupacabra scare back in the 90s over here in Juarez. There were incidents of cattle mutilations and cattle being drained of their blood, and they were saying, "Oh, the Chupacabra is here. Better be safe. I mean, protect yourself." And it was during the summer, so we had our windows wide open because we couldn't afford air conditioner that time. So I was afraid that damn, this thing is gonna jump into the window and suck all our blood. So, but that only lasted like one night because I said, that shit doesn't exist, no. So
you just try to get off the following day.
Yeah. But yeah, well, I would be scared that the Chupacabra would jump in our bedroom and. But he's after cattle, so no human victims were reported. So yeah, you can
pretty much.
Now. Yeah,
you're like lying there, like, no, he's after cattle. Do I have any steaks in the refrigerator? Oh man,
Oh shit.
Is there milk? Oh my god. But yeah, man, just different stuff like that, and we've experienced a lot of stuff here on the borderland. Like I said, Juarez is like a rock. I throw a rock and I'll hit Mexico. That's how close El Paso is to Mexico. And we've just, a lot of stuff has come through here. A lot of stuff has happened, and to bring it back to what you were talking about as well, the Night Stalker. When I was in high school, I had a friend of mine, and we would hang out, and I went over to his house one time, and I walked into his room, and he had a picture of Richard Ramirez holding a baby. And I was like, what the hell, man? And I'm like, hey, man, that's pretty funny. Where'd you get that picture from? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the picture that you have right there, that's the Night Stalker, right? And he's like, that's my Uncle Richie, man. Don't be calling him that. And I'm like, what? And it was him. It was him in the picture. He was holding him as a baby, as a Night Stalker. So flash forward a few years, and I started dating this girl. And we're talking, we got into the conversation of like El Paso and all this other stuff, and our families and stuff like that. And then I start talking about high school, and I tell her this story about me walking into this dude's house, into his room, and I saw the picture of the Night Stalker holding the baby, and she's like, wait a minute, was his last name Ramirez? And I'm like, now that I think about it, yeah, his last name was Ramirez. And she's like, that's my cousin. That's my cousin Robert. I'm actually Richard Ramirez's niece. And I'm like, what? Your uncle? And she's like, yeah, my Uncle Richie. Your Uncle Richie is the Night Stalker. And she's like, yeah, that's my Uncle Richie. And I'm like, oh man, what the hell's going on here? And even more interesting side note to that story, I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was on Netflix. It was the Night Stalker miniseries that they had on Netflix, right?
No, I hadn't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Towards the end of the series, there's a picture of Richard Ramirez in El Paso standing with his family, and he's at a girl's like quinceañera or something, like a sweet 16. And that girl is the same girl that I dated, and my wife saw the picture, and she's like, look, it's her. She's all pointing it out, and I'm like, holy crap, man. Oh my God, I just can't get away from that. So yeah, that was my Night Stalker story. Just I could bring it back to them.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. It's a very small world. But it's just insane, like the stuff that we've experienced here in El Paso. Getting back to the cryptids aspect of it, there's a Bigfoot loose in El Paso. There's like a horse lady that runs around like chasing down cars. Chupacabras is on the border. There's a fish man that lives in one of the man-made lakes that's here in one of the parks. A bunch of different cryptids here in Paso. And the biggest cryptid, or rather the cryptid that is my favorite, is this one right here, and that's the man dog. He's the one that's kicking the rake in the face, and he has the cowboy hat. And when we were kids, we heard about this story, and we started doing research. And the story goes that back in the 1800s, there was a salt war here in El Paso, in San Elizario. San Elizario is like a suburb of El Paso. And during the salt war, they would import salt from the salt flats, which is maybe about, I think it's about 60 or 70 miles away from El Paso. And they would import the salt and take it into Mexico. And there was a little village that sat on the border where they would cross the salt over. And the village got pissed because they weren't paying them in order to use their path to get to Mexico, whoever was importing the salt. And there was an uprising by the villagers, and they slaughtered like all of the people that were working for the salt contractors. So when the Texas Rangers found out about this, they were called in, and it's the only time in recorded history that the Texas Rangers were ever defeated. And they were defeated in San Elizario by the villagers that lived there. So according to legend, one of the Texas Rangers was committing some heinous acts against the villagers, and the shaman of the village cursed the ranger to forever wander the earth like a lost dog and never find a home until he redeemed himself for all the sins that he committed. And that's where the man dog story comes in. So this is a cursed Texas Ranger. He's still alive to this day. He's trying to figure out how to redeem himself, and he's part of the Cryptidnals as well. So, but as much good as he tries to do, he can never wash away the sin that he committed during that time that he was human.
Yeah, so it's a losing situation. He's going to roam forever, right? Is the whole idea.
Now, the trick is this, and it's part of the story also. So the shaman cursed him to forever walk the earth as this thing until he redeemed himself, and then he would be, saved, and he could, go on to his final rest. But they gave him these spectral pistols, and the pistols have the ability to destroy anything that's unnatural or paranormal. But every time he uses the pistol, each bullet is an hour of humanity that he regains. If he dies during the time that he's human, he's damned to go, to hell. So he can never be redeemed. So he tries not to use those guns in case he gets hurt, because when he turns human, he's vulnerable to everything. He tries not to use those guns because then he'll turn human, and if he dies, that's it. It's over. He'll be damned, like completely damned to hell.
Got some stakes on the line.
Exactly. So Dario, this is actually Dario's favorite character from the book. We call him the Wolverine of the book because we put him through the ringer, man. Like, we've seen some pages that he's turned in recently, and this guy goes through hell and a half, and he's a fun character.
Errol Gargoyle had a suggestion on swag. It's kind of fucked up, but Cryptidnal Ouija board.
I actually wanted to do something like that, but my lady was like, no, you're not doing something stupid like that. And I'm like, oh, well.
It's just a piece of cardboard.
Or is it?
Or is it?
There might be something to it. There might be people out there interested in that kind of tier, but I think it's something that I personally would have to pass on.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of Ouija boards.
After watching the movie, the Ouija board movie, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet, so
it's I think it's from the 70s or 80s, Ray.
Oh, really?
It's in the 80s.
Not the new one that's been going around, but there's
was it called Witchboard?
Yeah, Witchboard. That's
Witchboard. I remember now. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh, okay. Was that any good?
It was interesting. They had up to part 6 or 7 of it, but the first one was cool. I remember that one.
The killer was pretty cool. He looked like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah,
with a beard and a big axe.
Oh, dang. Oh, man. but black guy kids.
Oh my God.
There are tons of them in my neighborhood.
I slipped once, man. All right, it was on one of the interviews. I accidentally said "black guy kids," and he was like, he jumped on it. Gargoyle jumped on it.
It's the microphone. It sounds muffled. That's why.
Yeah, it was the microphone.
Was it? Was it though?
I don't know.
I remember one time when we went to Play World, I think it is. Remember that toy store, Ray?
Yes, Lionel Play World. I remember that one.
Yeah, there were my brother and sister were talking about buying a Ouija board. I mean, let's get one. You guys crazy? Didn't you watch Witchboard?
You were the voice of reason and stuff.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And they didn't. Thank God.
You were actually the adult there.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna play with you. You buy that? I'm not playing with you.
I mean, like I said with Polton earlier on, I like watching paranormal stuff, videos, movies, all that stuff. But like actually participating and doing that shit physically, no, hell no.
You're like I'll pass.
I know better. I seen the videos. I watched the videos. I heard the testimonies. Not for me.
Oh, man.
Well, maybe one of the stretch goals is the team of 656 Comics would use the Ouija board.
Oh, we do a seance.
Oh shit, a seance? That would be
one of the tiers. One of the stretch goals would be a seance. Are you down for that? No, she's
$1,000 stretch goal, please.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna work on that.
That's an actually interesting stretch goal, man. Whenever we're that popular, we'll do one.
I think that would be awesome. I wouldn't mind that. Serena won't be involved, of course, but
Me
I'll
neither.
do it.
I'll just collect the money.
Out of curiosity, even though you wouldn't necessarily be down for a game of Ouija, would you do a game of Jumanji?
Oh, that's even worse.
No.
Classic Robin Williams Jumanji?
The video game or the board game?
The board game.
Board game.
I'm good.
I mean, it's a cool concept, but you know, when they read the game cards, something about it felt a little creepy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the movie and everything, but there was like a level of creepiness in the way that, you know, the little description, the rhyme, and then you start wondering what it could possibly be referring to. You know, what kind of crazy animals are going to come out next.
Yeah.
True.
Those man-eating plants, man. Those man-eating plants really like did it for me. So.
Yeah. Manu says that looks cool.
Yes, it is cool.
I'm American and in a free state. I answer my door with either my Mossberg or Ruger. There you go.
Good for you, man.
I'm not a fan of them either, but for an entirely different reason. So what you guys were talking about chupacabras and how people were discovering mutilated cattle. What did they end up revealing from it? I mean, did they ever find anything, or
no? It's
a mystery.
It's a mystery. It's typical. What do you call it? What's the word, Ray?
Like
propaganda, not propaganda.
Conspiracy.
Just a news story that just to distract from the reality, you know. Because during that time there was they assassinated a president in Mexico during that time, and they started like releasing the chupacabra is here. Let's distract them. That's the theory, right? I mean,
right.
Distract the public with this story about a crazy animal mutilating cattle, because during that time there was an assassination of a candidate, So yeah, we don't know if the cattle mutilations were something man-made or
Right.
paranormal or
Did they ever
Yeah.
release actual video footage or photos?
no, they never
Like,
do. It's just the cattle with
Word of
the
mouth.
with
Yeah.
the 3 incisions on their neck, and that's it.
Ah, okay. All right. Probably cattle just about to get set to slaughter.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
who knows what happened? I mean,
yeah, I think Mona knew he's referring to the Ouija boards.
yeah.
Not a fan of them. They're
was.
insanely easy to fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one person takes physical control of the piece and says, "Oh no, it's spelling that
Yeah.
it's spelling the words I'm about to win the lottery." Oh no.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, all that stuff, like, comes into play when we were making, producing the book, writing the story, all that stuff. Things that you're just not sure about, things that are like kind of creepy, on the fringes of what we've heard in regular society, I guess you could say, like, oh, the chupacabras is gonna attack you, or La Llorona. I don't know if you're familiar with La Llorona or not.
I was about to ask about that one. All I can remember is, excuse me, I guess a woman drowned her own children.
Yeah.
And now she wanders up and down the road, trying to make up for that. I'm not sure how, but go ahead and explain, elaborate on it.
So La Llorona has always been kind of a stigma in Hispanic cultural society, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a cautionary tale that they scare us with when we're kids, to stay in line and to listen to our parents and stuff like that. La Llorona is this woman that she drowned her own children so that she could be with the man that she loved. And we started doing research on it. I started doing research on it a long time ago because I actually had a Llorona experience where I actually, felt it and kind of saw something that I couldn't describe other than being linked to La Llorona. Long story short, I heard her and I saw this blazing light that could not have emanated from anywhere else other than the sun. And I saw it at night, and I saw it through a door, through cracks in the door and stuff like that. And I heard her weeping, and it sounded really, really bizarre. I can't even describe what it sounded like, or much less, replicate what I heard. And ever since I experienced that, I was about 12 years old. When I experienced that, I have been fascinated with La Llorona and the mystery, the history of where she came from. But I always thought that she got a bum rap, that she got kind of set up for failure kind of thing, because no matter where you go in Mexico or the stories that you hear, she's always a woman scorned. There's no redemption for her. She's evil. She'll take your children if in the middle of the night, if you aren't careful with them, or she'll come into your room and you'll die of fear and stuff like that. And I was like, there's got to be more to that story than that. She can't be so one-dimensional as just being this big bad that frightens everybody. So in doing my research, I actually came up with a valid backstory for her, and a reason for her existing, rather than just taking it for granted that she was this monster that came in the night and scared us. Because that's how media has portrayed her. A few years ago, there was a Llorona movie, and the same thing happened. She was the monster, and it was very ABC storytelling, like the monster's going to come, it's going to take your kids, you got to fight her at the end to get your kids back, blah blah blah. But for the first time ever in any sort of media that I know of, because I did look around, she's being portrayed as a hero in this book, and her backstory makes sense. And a lot of people seem interested in that idea. Like, how can you make a woman who murdered her children knowingly a hero? How can you do that? And the story we came up with makes sense, and it's kind of like her redemption arc. Everybody gets a second chance except La Llorona, but in this case, we're actually trying to give her that second chance and make her like a valid hero on the team. So in order to find out what happens, of course, you got to find out by reading the book. But if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a shot of La Llorona, or what she looks like. There you go. In the book, she's still scary, And of course, she looks like a hot goth chick. That's what everybody says.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say, she doesn't look like a bad guy.
exactly. But this is our interpretation, or rather, Dario's interpretation of what La Llorona looks like now, modern Llorona. So yeah, I don't know if Oli wants to add anything to that, but
You're good, man.
I mean, I imagine with any of the Cryptidnals or any of these legends, that they don't really ever age. So they probably all share roughly the same description, regardless of who tells the story. Oh, Gargo. Oh, damn.
man, he's always quick with the quips, man. What's up?
I mean, that's a good point, too. That's just a liberal realized her abortion wasn't free.
Wow.
Dropping the facts. Oh, dear. Yeah. A different interpretation, I think. Man, this is such a cool style. It's like etching, in a sense.
When we really started talking to Dario about redoing the book and doing a different style to it, I gave him examples of what I thought it would look like. Kind of like Gustave Doré. He's very influenced by Bernie Wrightson, and also like Junji Ito, like Oli was talking about earlier. These heavy hitters in the horror or disturbing art community. I mean, Gustave Doré has been around for long time, a longer time than any of these other modern artists, but that's what he started channeling, and this is the result right here. And this is the Ñango, which with his legion of black-eyed kids, getting ready to do something very, very horrible to someone, which I'm not going to tell you what happens until you read the book, but it's about to go down.
Yeah, we saw the pages of what happens next, and damn,
it's very horrible.
Man. Yeah.
Will you give ketchup to one of those kids, WyzGyz?
No. No one's getting ketchup.
Maybe some ketchup soup, but that's about it.
And if it came down to having to distract them, then I might throw some packets of ketchup in the opposite direction. Oh, man. Yeah, this kind of stuff is creepy. Excuse me. That Outcast, that's pretty cool.
And these are some of the main characters of the book itself. Of course, we have the team leader, or what I call, the team leader, which is Raydron. She is the daughter of the original Spring Heel Jack. She's the Spring Heel Jack in residence right now, I guess. And her mission is to find her father, which is the original Spring Heel Jack, and what happened to him in the story. So that's Raydron right there.
Spring Heel Jack. All right.
And a bit of information on Spring Heel Jack. Did you know that Spring Heel Jack sightings were not just in England? He was actually sighted back in 1953 in Houston, Texas, and also in 1956 in New Mexico.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
From London to Texas and New Mexico?
To Texas, yeah. Across the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of Spring Heel Jack.
Yeah, he was very famous back in the 1800s. They used to make penny dreadfuls out of Spring Heel Jack stories.
He appeared during the Jack the Ripper killings, right, Ray?
Yeah, he appeared during the Jack the Ripper killings, and he was described as this I guess person that was very lithe and had black like riding boots that would jump, and it seemed like they had springs in his heels, in his boots, so that's why they called him Spring Heel Jack. And he had bat wings, and he had like this weird helmet that had horns, and he would blow out like blue flame, and everybody was like, what the hell am I witnessing here? And when the officers in the area would try to like stop him, he would just leap over them and just like continue like bounding away and stuff. But there was a lot of sightings in the 1800s of Spring Hill Jack.
Whew. That's interesting.
Was there an encounter with him and Jack the Ripper, Ray? Ever recorded or in pop culture or
No,
something?
good question.
No, there was never any encounters. They actually thought that Spring Hill Jack was Jack the Ripper, but there was never any direct encounters. Back in the 80s, however, I did have a comic book, speaking about underground comics, coming back to that, of Spring Hill Jack versus Jack the Ripper, but I cannot for the life of me find that book.
Oh, man.
But as a little homage to that book, to that comic, there's a little bit of story in the Cryptidnals that deals with Spring Hill Jack and his relationship to Jack the Ripper.
Are we going to explore that later on, Ray? Like in another issue?
If they survive this book, of course, like
or like a flashback story or something. Like back in the day. My dad knew Jack the Ripper.
What we're trying to do in the book is make every single character fleshed out to the point where they could possibly carry their own book, if possible. That's something that I've gone to meticulous ends to make sure that I cover every nuance of their backstory as far as what I'm writing, so that oh yeah, I met Jack the Ripper a long time ago. Let me tell you what happened, kind of thing. So everything pulls from reality in some shape or form. And we try to represent it in the book.
Right on. I wonder if that title might be available somewhere on eBay.
I know, huh? I didn't even think about that. I gotta look.
But we need to do something with it, Ray.
Yeah, we need to do something with it.
We can explore it. No, we can give it a twist.
Is this coming from your love of the serial killers and stuff? You want to see that happen? Yeah, there you go.
Just from afar. From afar.
Oh man.
The truth is out. He loves serial killers.
I mean, we just finished watching The Sons of Sam on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it?
The theory behind the Son of Sam wasn't the only guy shooting couples in the night.
I didn't even know that was up. I want to check it out. I'll tell Serena so we can check it out. I want to check that one out, and 15 Things You Didn't Know About Bigfoot on Apple. You heard about that one?
No.
It looks pretty interesting. It's a little bit funny, but it looks interesting. I want to check it out. Better than that Hulu documentary that they had. So,
which one? The Sasquatch?
Yeah, the Sasquatch and the weed. It was a big letdown at the end, man. It was just like, what?
They were hyping it up at Rogan, Joe Rogan, that documentary. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. The first episode is good, and then it just goes to shit after that. So don't even bother with it.
Oh man. Oh, that's unfortunate. And you got Kid Cthulhu.
Yeah, Kid Cthulhu. Everybody knows and loves Cthulhu, so he's also part of the team. But in this case, during one of the fights, the Battle of Nightmare Hall, Cthulhu crosses over into our reality, and he kind of takes possession of a human embryo, and he's trapped in the body of a 7-year-old boy. So it's like an elder god with the powers, the cosmos, trapped in the body of a 7-year-old boy that likes Game Boy and what else? He likes creepypastas and stuff like that. There's actually a scene in the comic where he's playing with a iPad or something, I remember, or a Game Boy.
That's a pretty cool character design for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yango?
Yeah, that's El Nyango. Of course, we were discussing him a little while ago. There was that cool shot where he's standing and all the black-eyed kids are in front of him.
Yeah.
And then right below him is the rake, what he looks like, and of course the black-eyed kids as well.
Black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed kids. I have to be articulate when it comes to it, because Gargoyle will get me right away.
Or call him Bex. That's easier. Bex.
I think I'm going to start calling him Bex.
B-E-K-S, Bex.
B-E-Ks.
That's when everyone else asks, what are Becks? And then you have to say black-eyed kids. It's a vicious circle.
Yes.
Perks and items. You got the main cover By the way, I love your little signs and the imagery with the paper.
It's I wanted to like emulate kind of like a dossier, like a case file, kind
Yeah,
of like those bulletin boards where they have all the strings and all
Yeah.
that stuff with the pins.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was my take on that.
that's pretty neat. It's different and it's cool. The Cryptidnals main cover, cover B, and cover C.
Mhm.
Yeah, they all look nice.
Thank you.
How many pages were they going to be?
132 pages.
Nice.
What's your take on that, WyzGyz? I mean, longer books or shorter books?
I'm a big fan of longer books. Yeah, I like a lot of story and a lot of building character building and background. Yeah, so overall, I prefer longer books, longer reads.
Cool. Yeah, this is gonna be self-contained, so you don't have to wait for each issue for put out a floppy and then wait 6 months and another floppy and wait 6 months. We wanted to make sure that everything is self-contained, not only so that we can provide more bang for your buck, but once it closes out and we fulfill, we can move on to the next project without having to worry about, oh, what about the next issue or what about the next issue after that. So that's why we made sure that we're going to do it all in one self-contained volume.
Yeah, I like.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, we leave enough wiggle room at the end, so if we want to continue, we'll come back after a few projects and keep going with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good way to do it. For those of you who haven't, or for those of you who have backed, thank you so much. If you've already backed, consider backing again. Why not? Definitely going to be worth it because with all those pages in the volume, that's definitely worth it. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady.
Everybody should get there's Pancho. Everybody should get the 3 covers, man. I mean,
yeah, they're beautiful.
And that way we can unlock those stretch goals, so everybody can have those stretch goal goodies.
No, most definitely.
Yes.
Stretch goals are a lot of fun. If you don't presently have the means to back it right now, just consider sharing it all over social media. Share the stream. Let's get some more eyeballs on this campaign.
Definitely.
We've got the Cryptid Hunter bonuses. So we've got Mad Dog Unleashed supplemental book. Cover by David Oliveras and Olivier Lee Ars.
Oliver, that's me.
Oliver. 24 pages. Cool. And we've got the Creature Apocrypha.
I know we named it and we can't even say it. Apocrypha, I believe.
Apocryphal. All right. Sketch cover. Collection of sketches by Dario Rodriguez. Ooh, cool. Nice. Is it in that sketchbook where you might include those 6 or 8 original pages?
Yeah, those pages there. Yeah, we need to see if I think that you should have the original pages, no, Ray? So we.
I believe so.
Yeah, because I only have like low resolution images.
I think I have them that he sent them to me, so I can send them to you back, and we can go from there and stuff.
Yeah,
but just in case.
So the Cryptid Hunter perk is like the ultimate Cryptidnals package. You'll get the 3 covers. You'll get this Man Dog exclusive cover with David Olivares, and the Creature Apocryphal sketch cover with a nice doodle by Dario Rodriguez. And also we're gonna include, if you scroll down a bit, we're gonna include 12 sets of Polaroid pictures.
What?
Yeah, featuring images of the tulpas and the cryptids from the story.
We're trying to do something a little bit different that hasn't been seen in other campaigns, and hopefully it gets emulated in other campaigns down the road, by other creators. I mean, we don't mind sharing ideas, of course, just to make our industry better, especially in the indie book industry. So these 12 Polaroids are going to be exclusive to the Cryptid Hunter package, and is going to show artwork from Dario Rodriguez, of course, but they're going to be in Polaroid mini print form. And Oliver was just showing them off right there what they're going to look like. This is not the final version. And along with this, this is something that you can see right there. Along with this,
this is just a test print. It's not the actual art we're going to feature, but yeah. It's a UK based company that does this kind of prints. So we just ordered just to test it, and they came up perfect, man. So the idea is kind of emulate a Polaroid snapshot of a cryptid sighting, like in the wild, kind of like the Bigfoot film that everybody knows about.
Wow.
He's walking in the woods and he turns around and keeps walking around. That's the idea behind the Polaroids, and with it, we're gonna offer some audio files. If you can explain more about that, Ray.
Sure. So if you guys remember Evil Dead, when he goes into the cabin and he finds the tape recorder and he finds the tape and he plays it and he starts telling him all this creepy stuff that's going on, backstory type of stuff. That's kind of what we're trying to emulate with the cassette tape itself. It's an actual full functioning cassette tape. And, in order to play it, of course, you would have to put it into a tape recorder, and it's going to give you backstory on the cryptids and, how we got to this point and, all the creepy stuff. But the thing is, like, not everybody owns a cassette tape, of course, a cassette tape player. So we included MP3 audio files to go along with that, so you can download them and you can listen to them without having to disturb the cassette tape, because the cassette is also going to be a work of art. We're going to have covers on it. It's going to be a sketch cover or something on the cover, and the cassette tape itself included in that.
Oh man, that's wicked! I love it. Oh man. So on the on the Polaroid prints, you don't have to shake them and blow on them.
No.
And on the cassette tape, you supply your own number 2 pencil to rewind it. If you need
I was about to say that too. I was like, yeah, no number 2 pencils included. Sorry, but
unless you hit the 100,000 stretch goal, right?
Oh yeah,
more or less.
we'll get pencils to everybody. Everybody gets a pencil.
You get a pencil. You get a pencil. Everybody gets a pencil.
It's gonna be one of those Ticonderoga pencils. Those are the good ones, man.
But the 100K stretch goal is the Ouija board, the seance. Remember?
Oh, the seance. Yeah, we're gonna have a seance for 100K. Oh man.
Sample pages of Mad Dog Unleashed. Nice. So the basically where the label is where you guys are going to put artwork.
No, we're gonna do the cover. The
cover. All right.
We are going to. We know some people that manufacture all this over here locally. That's like wow.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, we're gonna design everything: the case, the covers, and all that.
So it's gonna have the old fashioned plastic set cover. Oh, I love it.
It's the whole like 70s vibe. We want to give it an 80s vibe, like an investigator. Like, oh, okay, I took all these pictures. Now let's record. Like, let's have like
testimonial or something.
Audio testimony and
nice.
That's the idea behind it, no?
And the Cryptid Hunter package is limited to 10, and right now I think there's been 6 that have already been picked up.
So, oh dang, that's almost gone then.
Yeah, so you're only gonna get the tape and this perk, and the Cryptid Hunter perk.
Wow! Oh my god.
In the stretch goals, we're still going to offer the audio files, but not with the tape. So that's a unique thing. And also the sketch cover for the supplemental book, the Dario's art book, is going to be an actual sketch cover. And once we reach the stretch goals, that will be unlocked, but it will not be a sketch cover. It will just be a regular cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that going, wait, it's also a sketch cover? Not only is it going to be a collection of sketches. It's going to be
Yeah.
it's going to have a sketch on the front as well.
Yeah, you're getting the whole deal. I mean, you're getting
Yeah.
a neat package for your hard-earned cash. So,
Sweet.
so we do have the Man Dog, the Creature Apocryphal, and the Polaroids as stretch goals, but they're gonna be these two items are gonna be the regular editions. So
Yeah,
no fancy
the limited
page cover or
yeah, the limited editions will be in the Cryptid Hunter package, and then the regular editions will be in the stretch goals.
Oh, all right. I was trying to make sense of it. That makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more bang for your buck, of course.
Yeah. Also, when you back the Cryptid Hunter perk, you're gonna get the regular editions included in your package.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. So you get that as well.
Wow.
Once we unlock those goals. So
Okay. All right. Right on. That sounds sweet. Wow. So, does anything special happen if you play the cassette tape backwards?
maybe I don't know. We need
That's kind of like the Ouija board question, man. Like, are you willing to take that chance? You know.
Maybe there's a recipe for Chicos Tacos if you play backwards.
There's gonna be a hidden message in there.
Buy Chicos Tacos.
Buy Chicos Tacos.
I don't know. Or I'm looking at Matanui comment. Was gonna say, hope you plan to give them a cassette player too. They're pretty cheap, no? I mean, I looked at Amazon. They're like what, $30, $20.
That's cheap. Yeah,
no, for a tape player.
They used to be like $12 and stuff, man. Like I don't know why.
That's back in the day, Ray. That's like in your youth.
You can probably get them cheaper if you go to a yard sale.
Oh, totally.
Pawn shop, yard sale, something like that.
Swap meets and all that. I mean,
swap meets.
If they're open, though, because of the pandemic, but if you can go with it.
The dollar stores.
Goodwills or Savers, no?
There you go.
Yeah,
stores.
And well, you have to sanitize it first before you give it.
Yes.
Before you re-gift it, as it were. Actually, this might end up being a more costly solution. I was thinking, when it comes to doing investigations and recording, what the heck's going on. You see in movies them using the small, narrow cassette recorders that hold the tiny tapes. Mm-hmm. That's probably going to be more expensive because you're dealing with a smaller, compact item, right?
Yeah,
and these kinds of tapes.
And is that like a obtainable type of tape player? Those mini ones?
Those mini tape players?
It's what a lot of people used to use, like, how
for the voice messages, no?
Voice messages, and like if you're a writer or if you're the type of person who likes to record their dreams, like you set it on your nightstand, and then as soon as you wake up, before you go about your day, you record everything you can think of. It's the equivalent of writing it all in a notebook or something, in a diary. But like when I used to watch crime dramas and investigative like stuff, and they usually had the small cassette recorders, or they also use that a lot in college.
Yeah, the handheld little recorders and stuff. I remember those.
Yeah, so you put it on your desk. The instructor would do his lecture, and then most of the class would physically be gone, and all the tables would just have cassette recorders because nobody wanted to sit in there and lecture. Yeah,
you could take a nap and just leave a recording and stuff in class.
Right. Yeah. Welcome, Unhinged. Hey, Jason. Hail, Wise Oliver, and Happy Harry. Hail, 656, and hail the chat.
What's up, Jason? Good to see you.
Matanui says, I usually forget my dreams minutes after having them. I'm much the same way. I am very much the same way.
No,
every
man.
once in a while I hear, every once in a while bits and pieces come back to me after the fact. Let me see here.
You gotta be careful with Kid Cthulhu because he can control man's dreams. That's part of his shtick right there. So he can invade and infest their dreams.
Ruh-roh. Sounds like a Kid Cthulhu and Freddy Krueger crossover.
That'd be cool. I like that idea.
We also have add-ons, sketch add-ons, 6x9.
6x9 inked sketch by Dario Rodriguez.
And this is the quality of work that you'll be getting on that sketch cover. So on that sketch add-on.
Nice. Stretch goals. So not final art.
Yes.
So at the $5,000 stretch goal, we've got sightings, pack 1. And wait, let's see here. So is it intentionally spelled P-A-K? Does that?
Yeah, it's. I did look it up, so it's spelled correctly. Package, packet. So yeah.
Okay, I'm just
not a typo.
I never brought it up. I just went along with it. Like, all right, whatever, you're cool.
I'm just used to PACK. So
it's if you remember the Nintendo games, they were called game packs.
Oh my gosh!
So there was game package.
Yeah, aping Nintendo. Yeah.
Yes. So.
Let's see. Set of 4 Polaroid prints featuring cryptid Tulpa sightings, illustrated by Dario Rodriguez and Red Garcia. Includes digital audio files chronicling the incidents. Sweet.
So the guys taking care of the artwork is gonna be the quality is gonna be like the main cover. So it's gonna be painterly and all that stuff. So it's gonna be very, very beautiful to look at.
And creepy at the same time.
Creepy at the same time. Creepy and beautiful.
When you were showing off the Polaroid print example, was it just the image itself that was shiny and glossy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's let me take it out again. Wow. So yeah.
That's cool. That's gonna be so neat to see in person.
Yeah, and it has the black back, so it is kind of like a Polaroid.
Cool.
So yeah, it's not just paper at a in the shape. It has the texture down here too. So it is a Polaroid.
So it's got the chemicals in there and everything. So
yeah. It is it's a legit thing, man.
It's a legit thing.
Yes, we're not gonna pull one over you guys.
Welcome, Nefarious. Yeah, what's up,
Nefarious
Nation? Hey, Oliver.
Awesome.
Pretty sweet. Then at 6,000, you get the creature
apocryphal.
It's
Ray picked these names, so blame him.
I know. Hey, you liked them too, so I picked them and you liked them and we went with it.
But you're also having a hard time pronouncing them.
I know, huh? I don't use that word often in everyday life, so it's like, this will be the regular cover of the Creature Apocryphal.
All right.
Which is not the final artwork, so it might change. It might stay like this. We don't know, but I kind of like this cover, by the way. The original pencil sketch,
the black and white, yeah,
of the cover.
Regular edition, 24 pages. Now, if you add the 6 or 8 pages of the original Cryptidnals, is that going to be part of the 24 pages? Or
I might have to like condense the pages, like put like 4 in a page maybe.
Oh,
because I want the artwork, the sketches, like to be the main attraction.
Gotcha.
And maybe like a little section of the original pages in the back.
Yeah.
I see. Next up, not final art, just example. 7,000 sightings, pack 2. Set of 4 Polaroid prints featuring cryptid Tulpa sightings, illustrated by Dario Rodriguez and Red Garcia. It includes digital audio files chronicling the incidents. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That'll be the next set of 4 of the Polaroids right there. So you'll get 8 by that time. Even if you just back one of the books, if you only get the $25 book of the single cover, you're going to get this once we unlock it in stretch goal.
Yeah, and the neat thing about having digital as an option too is you can throw it on your iPod, for example, and then you can listen to the information on the. Oh, actually, those are the images. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Those are the images, but on the digital version of the cassette tape, you can slap it on your iPod and listen to it on the road. Let's see here.
Don't listen to it at night, though.
Yeah.
Not at 3 a.m, no.
That's a good suggestion. And then we've got at 8,000 the let's see, covers pending. Mad Dog Unleashed, not final art. Supplemental book, regular edition, 24 pages. Man, this looks pretty clean. I like your design and interface. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. We already have the cover for the Mad Dog.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say who it is from because I want to premiere it once it's colored.
Sweet.
But here's a hint: he's a CG artist, so stay tuned for that.
The cover is very, very impressive, man. I didn't know what he was gonna do,
and then when CG artist.
when Oliver showed me the cover, I was like, "What is this? Oh my god!" So it's well worth it. So hopefully we unlock it soon, so you guys can check it out.
Nice. Wow, that's cool. We got the team broken out. Writer is Ray Ramos. Artist is Dario Rodriguez. Letter designer Oliver. Logo design and trailer Dominique. Need more info on the campaign? Hit us up on our social media: Twitter, YouTube. And then let's go up here.
And TikTok also.
Oh, we should have put the TikTok address.
I know. We have a Cryptidnals TikTok, and it's all creepy like that. And in 60 seconds, we get creeped out. So
we stopped at 9,000 because that's like the our basic goals. We're thinking about more, but I mean, once we hit 9, we'll re-release the new ones.
Okay, all right, that sounds like a good idea.
And remember, the Ouija board, or rather the seance, is going to be at 100K. That's when we're going to have the seance.
That's funny.
Yeah. 100K? We got to have a seance. What do you mean, no?
You're getting some pushback?
Yes. She's all like, no seance. I'm like, it's 100K.
Ray, what's your TikTok address so I could put it in the chat?
TikTok address is at Cryptidnals, just like it's spelled right there. So you can go visit the Cryptidnals page or the Cryptidnals TikTok on there. 6x6 doesn't have a TikTok just yet. We're still trying to convince them, but they're like hardliners, man. They don't want to change with the times.
They're all like, "Hey, man, you're not gonna catch me dancing on stream."
No, but I know TikTok has a bad rap because of all those things, but there's some cool things out there. I mean, there's a lot of tips. There's a lot of videos on paranormal stuff, supernatural. Even I like to recently I'm into a TikTok about house cleaning tips. So that's pretty cool. I'm learning how to clean your shower head or whatever.
Oh yeah. There's some good tips here and there. Let me copy this. And TikTok, you don't stop. TikTok, you don't stop. So yeah,
before you continue, WyzGyz, we have in TikTok we premiered the animated trailer. No, Ray?
Yes, we premiered the animated trailer on TikTok. and not a lot of people have seen it. Pedro Ange was gracious enough to lend his talents to an animated trailer that he produced, and we're trying to get the word out now so people can check it out. And we put it on TikTok. Pretty soon we're going to be premiering it on other platforms, but right now it's playing exclusively on the TikTok for the Cryptidnals. So if you guys want to check it out,
don't dox yourself, WyzGyz. Hold on.
I was gonna see if I could pull it up, but I don't remember my credentials.
Just click on the link and it'll open up, I think. There it is.
There it is.
You've already got over 7,000 followers. Right on.
We got quite a bit of followers on it. And before you play it, let me just give you a little bit of a disclaimer. We do not condone that type of lifestyle, but if you're into it, hey, you can be part of the Crypt Talk, or rather the Cryptidnals on TikTok. So go ahead and play it and check it out if you get a chance.
This one right here, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
You're getting the premiere, WyzGyz, so that's awesome.
Do I hit this one first? Oh, hold on. I'm trying to figure out on the desktop what gets you the biggest screen. Oh,
there you go.
Damn.
Play it again.
You gotta play it again.
WyzGyz loved it. I can tell.
Wow, good job. Oh my gosh. It plays on endless loop.
Yeah, just on an endless loop. And be sure to follow us on TikTok under the Cryptidnals.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, that's what she said. Cryptidnals. Crypt Talk. Oh. You guys are funny. 35.8 thousand likes and 7,315 followers. Whoa. You guys are doing good, man.
Hopefully so. Once we reach 10K, we can try and get verified, and that's when they give us TikTok money, apparently, or something.
Really?
So, oh.
I didn't know they had that kind of stuff.
And these are all little short, stories of occurrences, paranormal, Bigfoot sightings, different stuff, that's happening as far as cryptids are concerned.
Sweet. Yeah, this is a platform I considered exploring for my brand. I'm just trying to figure out how to make use of it. I mean, there's all this talk about, security and them designing it to be data collecting machines, but at the same time, it seems to be pretty effective in terms of advertising.
I mean, isn't everything up there collecting your data, honestly?
Yeah, everything is.
I mean, every time I talk to my brother about something, after that I open my Facebook or Instagram, I see an ad for it. So
yeah, isn't that sick?
It's like when the Xbox came out or was coming out. Remember that you had to have it on at all times, and it was listening to you and all sorts of stuff.
I remember that.
Oh man, yeah, that was creepy.
It's true how the Xbox One that always on, always listening. Jesus,
always on, always listening. So
yeah, that's more or less basically the same as Amazon Dot and Alexa, do this. Alexa, do that. Alexa, listen to my innermost desires.
Yeah. There's a few times that we're talking and we don't even say her name. We were even afraid to say it right now, but we don't even say the A name. And all of a sudden she's like, I don't know that one. What? We didn't say anything. What's going on?
Hello, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing, Dave? What?
Nefarious says that's a dope trailer. Yeah, I like
Awesome.
that.
Thank you, Nefarious.
Nice job, guys. I see 656 are men of culture.
I believe that the term is haname. Haname, correct? Yeah.
What?
Haname.
Haname.
Welcome, what about? Ahoy, one and all.
What's up? What about?
So you want about?
Oh, what up? What up? What up? Oh my gosh, how funny. So let's see, you're at 4150. The $3,000 fixed goal was the bare minimum you needed to cover your talent and your shipping, your Gemini mailers, all that good stuff.
All the good stuff.
You're at 25 days left. And so how did you design this? Hold on a minute. So you're at 4360.
Oh, we got a backer. Awesome.
Oh, we jumped up. Awesome.
You're at 145%.
4365.
Your backers. And 25 days left. So how do you work out your campaign? Are you doing what a lot of confiscators do and do 2 30-day rounds of funding followed by demand? Or
I think two 30 days funding is the best because I know there's a big low in the middle, like it just like there's nothing going on, it stops. So imagine if we do 60 days, that's gonna be like a long a very
longer low.
Yeah, longer low.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what Malin said last time on the stream. So yeah, we need to do this like in segments so we could get people energized, pumped up for backing. And we haven't I don't know what I was gonna say. We haven't showed a lot of stuff in our Twitter. I mean, the covers and all that. So we're barely starting rolling out images and all that. I mean, the animations from Pedro, we haven't showed them off yet. So we're just like building, just spreading it out so people can get new content out of the campaign.
Exactly.
So people would get reminded about the stretch goals, the covers, and the sketches, the Polaroids, and all that. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, we're in it for the long haul, of course. So we don't want to show our hand like immediately. You know, everything that we've got a little bit more surprises in store, and we're slowly rolling them out, like Oliver was saying. You know, with the animation, and there's some other animation that we have as well, and a few other things that we haven't shown yet. And as we progress, when maybe we feel the lull, we'll just start, putting stuff out there that hasn't been seen and build it up again so that people get interested and we continue this, just riding the wave.
I mean, I haven't shown off the covers yet on Twitter, like my coloring work. I haven't showed it off, so we're just building up to it, no? So we don't want to release everything in a day because it's gonna get lost now and.
Oh yeah.
Little by little. Yeah,
We also have the pinup work. We haven't released the pinup work yet. We have a lot of artists that have contributed pinups to the book, and well, not the main book, but the man dog book. And we haven't released any of that work, and it's really quality work. So we're just waiting on that as well. And like he said earlier, we haven't released who is doing the alternate cover for the man dog book as either. And that once we release that, I know we're gonna get more hype on it too.
Nice. Yeah. Excuse me. Check something here. So are you in your first 30 days?
Yeah.
This is day 4, isn't it? Or day 5, I believe?
We launched on 5th of May 5th.
That's pretty sweet.
Cryptid de Mayo.
Was that specifically planned for that reason?
Not well. We were gonna launch it on 420 on April 20th, but because we were still fulfilling Undead Border, so I told Ray, we got to push it back because I want people to get their books first, get them hyped up for Cryptidnals and launch the campaign. So
and it did help out a lot too.
Yeah, it helped out a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, everybody has their book except for international. They're still on the boat somewhere on the ocean.
All right.
Bancroft is still waiting for his book.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yeah, so we saw the calendar. Cinco de Mayo. Okay, we're Latinos. We know we're part of that culture. So let's do it with the 5th of May.
there you go.
And we don't celebrate it because that's like a holiday for southern, more in the bottom of Mexico. But
All right.
so we'll just take advantage.
There you go. And so where did you launch? Where was your what stream did you launch on or
We
channel?
launched. We gave the exclusive to Shay and Sai. We launched on Red Valkyrie,
Right on.
and then afterwards we went on Bancroft. That's
Okay.
where we got funded with Bancroft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
That's
With Shay we got around a grand and a half, maybe. Ray? I
A
don't know.
little bit more than a grand.
Yeah, and then Bancroft gave us the Bancroft bump.
all right.
Yeah,
And he didn't have a puffy shirt on either. It was just like,
he did have a sombrero and did the
Yeah, he had a sombrero.
mariachi.
he was
scream.
drinking tequila and stuff.
He did a. We should clip that part now when he yells out like a mariachi.
Oh yeah, he did the yell, the mariachi yell and everything. It was-
Really? Oh my gosh, he really got into it.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
but I think his tequila was bootleg. It was moonshine. So
Bootleg tequila. What the-
Did it not have the right effect on him?
no, I don't know. I think he got blind or something later on.
hold on. Give me a moment here. I have to do something real quick. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's pretty funny. But yeah, Red Valkyrie is a great channel to
Yeah,
launch on, and Bancroft for sure. He's solid. Good content, great stuff. Wow, congratulations on getting funded so soon. And
yeah,
it was
man,
all
it's
the
awesome.
same night, right?
Say what?
It was all the same night, right?
Yeah, it was under 4 hours.
Wow.
So yeah, so it was weird because for Under the Border, we it took us about a month, the first 30 days to get funded, and with Cryptidnals, it took us 4 hours. So
Oh my gosh, that must have been such a thrill.
yeah, man, I'm still not. There's a term in Spanish that no te cae el 20. That's you're not like. How do you translate that, Ray?
What? Say it again?
No te cae el 20. How we say that in English? Like you're not aware that like it's already funded, Ray. The book is already funded. And you're not aware that it's already funded.
Yeah, the realization hasn't sunk in yet. It's just
the
like
quarter hasn't dropped. Is that it?
the corn hasn't dropped. Is that corn doesn't drop? What?
That's what Pancho said. The quarter hasn't dropped.
Don't be wasting perfectly good corn.
Exactly, man. Like, hey, we can make tortillas out of that. and
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Pozole. I think I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't remember what the phrase is. It's like you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, but that's not really it. It's
It's actually Pancho just explained it to me. It's the quarter hasn't dropped when you place like a token in a machine.
Oh,
mhm.
So that the quarter, el 20, the token, it sets everything in motion. So is that it? Maybe did I explain it? well?
That sounds about right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that because my head hurts already. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Anyway, I mean it's like let me Google this. Hold on.
yeah. We were just discussing how it's like your first campaign, Undead Border, took about a month to fund.
Mhm.
What was the goal on that, by the way?
It was also 3,000 on that one. That was the original goal. We made it a little bit over 5 on that one, and we were all like, "Whoa!" But it was like it wasn't until about day 16, I think, that we got the funding, that we got what we asked for. And on this one, it was in 4 hours, so we didn't know how to approach that. We were waiting for the long haul. We were ready to go, and then it happened, and we're like, "Oh, well, let's keep going. Let's see what happens. Let's just keep trudging along." So
I found the translation. It hasn't dawned upon me.
There
Oh,
you go. It hasn't
all
dawned on us yet.
Yeah.
all right, there you go. Yeah, that's something I've heard. That's a phrase I've heard many times. Yeah, very.
So
Man, it's got to be a thrilling feeling funding so fast in comparison to your previous project, and that's a good sign because you're building up an audience. You've got people interested on different platforms.
mhm.
People have seen you deliver at least once, so now they're more comfortable. They can put more trust in you that you're going to deliver on your next project. So that's all positive stuff, which is sweet.
Exactly. And I mean, Oliver hit it on the head when he said that, let's push the book back more. Let's fulfill Undead Border first so that people get, the confidence in what we're doing. And then we deliver another fantastic book, and we just keep going with the momentum on that. And we already have the next few projects already lined up after, the Cryptidnals is complete. So we're just thinking for the long haul, the long game, and what we're going to keep, showing off, stuff that's built or with quality that has integrity to it. And also, of course, entertainment. We have to entertain our audience and show them the passion that we have for creating, work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
It's another instance that you didn't listen to me.
Well, I did listen to you. I didn't fight you on it. I was like, okay, well, I guess.
But there was a time that we're taking so long to launch Cryptidnals. We're wasting time. You were
because we were in pre-campaign, and we were just kept like pushing the pre-campaign, and it seemed like forever. And then all this stuff started popping up. Like we were talking about earlier. Driving a Camaro, you start seeing all these Camaros pop up. And that's how it felt. All these movies started coming up with kind of concepts that were similar, but not really the same thing. And I was like, man, we got to move on this. We got to do something. So I did get anxious on that. And Oliver was like, just hold on. You'll be fine. We'll be fine. Nothing out there can match up to this. This is something completely unique and different from everything that else that's out there. So just give it some time.
He would DM us projects dealing with cryptids. Look, they're stealing our ideas. We gotta go. We gotta move.
Go.
No, Ray. It's similar, but it's not gonna be executed like us, like what we're doing. I mean,
yeah,
it's just a Bigfoot comic book. Don't worry about it.
It's
Ray.
just a Bigfoot comic.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. And in the movies that were coming out too, the same thing. I was like, did you see this? It's the same thing. It's like Bigfoot fighting Wendigos, and you're like, no, just wait. You'll be fine.
Because I understand it happens when you have a project when you're taking so long because you're like dedicating time, and then you start saying stuff like roaming around and Netflix or Hulu or the comic shop. You're just like, shit, they stole my idea.
Right.
I thought of it before. So when I release it, they're gonna, you got this from Stranger Things. No, it's my idea.
Exactly, man. That's got to be the tough part of one of the tough aspects of being a creator.
Of being poor and having ideas.
Oh man.
Needing to get it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. So let's check out the tiers, shall we?
Let's go.
So we've got the Cryptid Hunter.
That's a 7. Oh wow, we picked one up. So
damn.
So cool. I always appreciate when there's a featured tier because it's typically not the cheapest tier. It's typically not the most expensive. It's usually around the middle somewhere, and you generally get the book. You might get a variant cover, and then maybe a couple pieces of swag. So it's also an attention grabber for people checking out campaigns.
That's what we're trying to do with these campaigns, to go beyond what everybody else is offering as perks. I mean, we did it in Undead Border, We offered the sticker, the trading card, the bookmark.
Bookmark and stuff.
Because we didn't know better, no? Because okay, everybody's doing that. Let's offer that too. And with this project, we said, no, man, let's do something different. Let's go like outside the box. Let's offer Polaroids. It'll work like mini prints, but we're gonna give backstory to the characters. It's gonna be more immersive. You're gonna have more. It's gonna be an experience. You're gonna have the Cryptidnals. I want everybody to read the book and have an experience with the Cryptidnals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all the perks are gonna have story to them. So it's part of the universe. So maybe I shot myself in the foot now, because now we gotta create perks like this for every campaign now. So I mean, it's a challenge, and we love a good challenge. We don't back down from it. So
yeah, upping your game.
Yeah, totally.
And that's the thing, man. We want to keep upping it every single campaign, and so far so good, because we're coming up with different ideas for the next campaign and the next one after that. We always want to be fresh. We always want to bring something different to the table, and that way people keep following us and backing us as far as 6x6 is concerned.
Yeah. Just a sec. Doing a little more promotion.
and we try to keep it as simple as possible. Just the book and a little bit of swag. So,
there you go.
Yeah. We are also offering the sketches as an add-on.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking about adding Undead Border as an add-on too, but we decided let's keep this just cryptids. Just keep it just Cryptidnals, so we don't confuse people or make a big hassle.
Right,
we start fulfilling, and yeah, just leave it as its own thing. So we are going to do an Undead Border second chance campaign later on.
Oh, cool.
But we are going to offer new things within that campaign. So it'll be interesting to get new readers backing these things.
Well, will it be like an Undead Border Volume 2?
We are planning on Volume 2, but that's going to be later down the road.
Okay.
I guess what we're trying to we're waiting on feedback. I mean, if we aren't hearing people. I mean, people are getting their books, but they're not like reading them yet. Only a few are giving us feedback, but they're not clamoring for a volume 2 yet. So we want to wait for people. Oh, what's going to happen next? Okay, let's start thinking about part 2, because we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline right now. We already have our project for the next campaign, which is third party, which is like a continuation of the comic book that I did back in the day when I was a kid working for the newspaper. So it's gonna be like a Saturday morning cartoon about video games, something like that.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
It's gonna be totally different from our Undead Border and Cryptidnals. It's gonna be a lot of poppy colors, pastel colors, very light-hearted. It's gonna be funny and a lot of adventure and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's like a complete 180 of what we're doing right now with the Cryptidnals and what we did with Undead Border. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what we offer for that one. And we already have ideas as to what we're going to do with it. But the book is ready to go. That book is just waiting in the wings, ready to go. So
nice. So with the Undead Border campaign, did you offer as one of the swag, the tchotchkes, a legit piece of an undead?
I'm on a page, comic page, or
no, a piece of an undead creature,
a zombie piece, finger.
We did. Are you talking about the action figure that we raffled off? Is that it?
No, I'm just messing around.
No, okay.
No, like a finger, man, like a zombie
No,
finger or something.
Actually, hold on. We have we thought about this. We have hold on. Let me bring it. Keep talking.
Uh-oh. I don't even know what he's gonna pull out. So this should be interesting. But I mean, okay, let's see what happens.
We were thinking about doing keychains. You know the guy who made this?
Mhm.
They're like zombie heads. Yeah, we couldn't get in contact with him on time, so
Gotcha.
maybe for the second chance campaign, I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting for a second chance.
For a limited run or something, no? Yeah,
I mean, go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
because this guy, he whenever we would go to a book fair in Mexico City, in Zócalo, he would just drop by. Hey, you want one? He would just open up his hand, and there would be like heads, fingers, toes, even a penis. I mean, penis.
What?
I don't know who got that.
I know.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, but yeah.
Fess
So yeah,
up.
he's into the he actually does special effects for horror movies over there in Mexico City.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll talk. We'll get in contact with him again. Maybe do a.
I think we need to do that. That would be pretty cool.
Maybe put up machete like in the
Yeah, exactly.
stuck in his
that'd be
head,
neat.
something like that. But yeah, but maybe we could offer this in the second chance round.
Minifigures, or a mini, I don't know, finger or something. I don't know about the penis part, but whatever.
Yeah, I think I know who got it, but I don't wanna say names. So let's leave it like that.
Oh man.
There was I saw something similar to that, except it was a skull, and it came included with this bottle of hot sauce I got.
Oh,
And, yeah, I forget
Oh
what,
wow.
but I have it around here somewhere. But
that's cool.
yeah, it came with like a little keychain with a little skull at the end, which was pretty funny.
We're thinking about apparel for the Undead Border second chance, but I don't know yet. I mean,
you mean like apparel that's all torn and ripped?
no, just t-shirts and
Like a
that's what I
t-shirt
know.
and stuff.
I mean, if maybe we could buy like secondhand t-shirts and rip them. Maybe it sounds like that. With blood stains and shit.
Oh man.
But yeah, we got a suggestion to do trucker hats. I don't know if that's a thing right now.
Trucker hats.
Yeah,
Isn't that just a cap? Isn't that what trucker
yeah.
hat
We
is?
want to do the whole skater thing and put.
Oh, I get you.
Put something under it,
Oh,
like suicidal tendencies. Remember that, Ray?
Mhm. Suicidal tendencies.
Skip or die or something like that.
That'd be pretty cool, man. I could see that.
that's interesting.
Oh man. What time is it? Oh, okay. I'm gonna start wrapping it up pretty soon, man. My phone's
we
about to
have
die.
You're on your phone?
Yes, I'm on my phone right now.
Dang, that's pretty good quality. Is
It's pretty ghetto.
yeah,
it's
well,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah. Do you have to wear headphones when you are streaming from your phone?
Yeah, well, it helps. Well, to me it helps, but I've done the streaming without the headphones sometimes, and you can still hear it, but you got to have quiet all around. But with the headphones, I can hear everything a lot better.
Yeah, I've just had bad luck with trying to join streams or run streams because there always seems to be some kind of loud noise. I mean, static noise combined with really loud popping sounds.
Oh, really?
It's annoying as heck. But I've heard that using headphones helps reduce that or gets rid of it.
Yeah, a good pair of headphones will help out. I tried doing it once with some Bluetooth headphones, and it didn't work out. So I've been using like the wire headphones.
Oh, right. Okay.
Don't go wireless with this.
Yeah, don't go wireless with this unless they're like really extremely good quality or something. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the feature tier is the Cryptid Hunter. So you get the 3 covers, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I forgot, you might have mentioned this, but is it perfect bound or is it hardcover?
It's perfect bound.
Okay.
Perfect bound.
Yeah, hardcover, or maybe a stretch goal, probably down
Like
the road.
30K or something. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. And
Yeah,
then,
but that's gonna be very, very expensive to ship, no?
yeah,
Mhm.
because of the added weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you go with the Doug to Naples shipping, then it's gonna be a lot more. But it'll look fancy when it arrives.
That's the thing. We don't. If we do that, we don't want to ask people for more money.
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't make enough for shipping, so send us the
Yeah.
big-
I would hate to have to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not.
Yeah, we try to make sure that everything's already included in what we're asking for, so we don't have to go back and do that. It's a little bit embarrassing if we have to do that. So,
Yeah.
we just want to stay away from that and make sure that we deliver what we're saying we're going to deliver.
Oh yeah, I hear you. And then it comes with the two accompanying books,
Mhm.
Mhm.
as well as the Polaroids. Just make sure you don't accidentally send any nudes. And then, of course, you got the cassette
That's
tape.
extra.
Yeah,
That's extra.
one of the extra perks. And then you got the digital version of the cassette tape as well, which is handy. Yeah, just so everyone knows, it looks like there's only 3 more left.
Damn, yeah. We gotta hype this up, Ray, on Twitter.
I know. You gotta hype it up on Twitter.
Totally. Then we've got Cryptidnals, the main cover. That's the physical by itself. You got Cryptidnals cover B, the physical by itself,
Mhm.
and Cryptidnals cover C, the physical by itself. And then you've got a Tulpamancer, pack 1. So does that basically come with the main cover and the first variant?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we needed a middle tier right there.
Okay, all right.
So I did that. Just two copies of the book.
Then you got the main cover with the other variant. Then you got Cryptid Watcher, which has all three books. Cryptid Watcher plus a sketch, the 3 books plus a sketch.
There's a small discount if you get the Cryptid Watcher, all 3 books. Because if you add them up, it should be 75.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, we have a little discount there.
Cool.
Thinking of the backers, no?
Yeah.
Mhm, exactly.
How big is the sketch again? Is it 8x10?
No, it's 6x9.
6x9. Okay.
I have it here, but the original is a little bit smaller. Hold on. Here it is. Here's the original drawing.
Oh, cool.
And that's the quality of art that you're getting with the sketch.
Later on.
Yeah, we're looking at into doing that.
Okay.
Doing what?
A raffle of these,
Oh, wow.
like for a certain backer number.
Wow,
We
nice.
might raffle off.
That's a great idea. Those are so cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it was up to me, we wouldn't raffle anything, and they'd all come to my house. But
Yeah, I know.
You gotta pay the artist though. So
I know exactly.
this was my favorite, the Nyango.
Yeah, that one's really good. El Nyango.
And here's
Yeah, those are cool.
my favorite too. Yeah, these are 5 by 8.5, like half a letter
All right.
size. Yeah, but the other ones are gonna be 6x9.
All right. Pretty sweet. And then you got the Cryptidnals comic page for 200. There's 10 total. So does that mean that there are 10 physically rendered pages and then all the rest are digital?
No, it's everything's gonna be traditional. We're just gonna pick like the best 10 pages and for that. Yeah, and the backer is going to get a chance to pick which one they want.
Nice.
First come, first serve, obviously. So once I send out the email, if we get backers, by the way, so I'm gonna send an email. Here are the available pages. Go to town. No, pick one.
Awesome.
So if you're the only backer, you're gonna get the top pick. No.
No.
Yeah, for sure. Are any of those pages including double page spreads?
Do we have double page spreads in the?
I think there is one double page spread in the book. I think there's one.
I mean, it
So-
depends. It depends if I like it. I'm not offering that as in this perk, but who knows? Who knows?
Oh, you haven't made a final decision on which pieces you want to pick out?
I mean, well, Dario needs to decide which pieces to sell. No, but
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I seen a few that we can offer. I mean, the page with the tulpas, with the Black Eyed Kids and the Nyango, that the whole splash page. I mean, that's gonna be in for sure, man.
Yeah. All these pages that you see right here are going to be choice pages for that.
I mean,
So-
that was gonna be in the top 10 for sure. So
Oh, man.
there are others that we can't show yet. That damn, it's
Oh yeah, it's hard to make a choice, man. Well, Dario's going to have the ultimate, decision, but like the ones that we've seen so far, it's going to be difficult to make a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a good book.
but we do have a lot of splash pages, no, Ray?
Yeah, there's a lot of splash pages, a lot of this right here going on. Half panel splash pages and stuff like that. So the only thing, also the covers. I think Aurelio may be offering the original cover in black and white. Unfortunately, the Mothman cover was only done in digital, so that cover doesn't physically exist. I
about
asked
the
him
man-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The Mandog cover, is that physical? No, you have it.
The Mandog cover is physical, but it is not 11 by 17. So,
It's a letter size. No, it's smaller.
yeah, it's letter size.
Yeah.
But that one probably will be offered as well.
Mm.
I mean, we have to talk to David. No, I mean, if he's
Yeah.
willing to part with it, we can raffle it.
I'm pretty sure he's willing to part with it, but I just got to get a hold of him. He's a difficult man to find sometimes. So.
Mm.
And I do have the original pages of the Mandog Unleashed too. So
That's true.
Oh, wow.
so yeah, we need to talk to him. I mean, let's see what he wants.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to. Do you?
Oh, definitely.
I don't know if this is spoiler, but can you say whether or not you might have any plans to do like trading cards where you have the image on one side and you have the bio on the back?
I have 2 packs left of those. Maybe I'll give them up. I don't know.
Do you have them handy, Ray?
Oh man, I'd have to go look for them. But originally we did do, when we were first starting to promote this, we did some trading cards, and we did like a few for one convention that we had. And I believe I have 2 packs of the trading cards, and it was the Tulpas and the Cryptidnals, and they were done in the Marvel style of the original Marvel trading card style.
It was I think I have them here. Hold on.
You have them?
Yeah, hold on. Where is it, man? I just got a new computer, so I don't know where my files are.
Please don't let it crash again.
No, that's why I bought a new computer, because the old one was pretty. It's already.
Did you build your own?
Say what?
Did you build your own computer?
Yeah, I bought all since this November. I started buying the components, the parts.
Nice.
So yeah, just here it is. Yeah, there. Let me share the screen. There you go. Yeah, we did this to promote the book.
All
We
right.
did an ash can, right, with the original pages, right?
Yeah, we did an ash can with the original pages to promote the book at one of the conventions that we had locally, and we did these in the style of the Marvel trading cards back in the 90s. So I think I have 2 of these left, 2 packs, 2 full packs of these left. So I might, I don't know, maybe for the closing stream, maybe I'll do something when we get drunk and close it out and,
See,
raffle them off.
Look at the name, the man who is slender. I mean, we gave Ray so much shit for this. Don't call it.
Yeah.
Get a new name, man. The man who is
Yeah.
slender.
But we had to do the research for it, and we came up with a new name, and it's better now. So
Yeah, that's the original art style that they were using back then that I did not approve of.
That's another character right there. Quetzalcoatl.
It's all a piece of history now.
La Llorona.
I like this style of La Llorona. So maybe more fodder for the sketchbook. I don't know.
It's possible. Yes, sir.
Sweet.
So yeah, you still have the Ashcan Ray available?
Yes, I believe I have like 1 or 2 copies of that left also.
Wow.
So.
We should include that, or let's raffle it instead.
We'll raffle it off at the closing campaign like we did the other stuff and see if that generates any interest and stuff. But
because I was gonna say include it in the one of the when we fulfill in a package like randomly, but
randomly, it's possible we would do that. Like, oh my God, look, I got this. There's no more of these. So you're getting them. I don't even have copies. I'm gonna give those away. So,
dang, limited edition.
Yeah.
All right. This is awesome looking campaign. Congratulations on getting funded.
Thank you so much, WyzGyz.
I am going to start giving you guys the floor. We can wrap this up.
All right.
Oliver,
you're first.
Share with the world how you can be found on social media.
I'm on Twitter as OLEA656 and Instagram too, OLEA656. On YouTube, we have a YouTube channel, 656 Comics. You can go there, subscribe, like, share, whatever, all that good stuff. We also on Instagram, 656 Comics, and follow us there too.
Right on. And Ray, you're up. Where can you be found on social media?
You can find me on all social media as Cryptidnals, Facebook, Instagram. How do you say internet? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also on TikTok as the Cryptidnals. We call it Crypt Talk. Please, follow us. But if you follow 6x6, I'm sure you'll find all the other links to everything else that we're doing. So just go down the line and see. Please back the book. Enjoy the book. There's nothing else like it out there. And hopefully, once we get closer to closing, we'll be back on your stream, WyzGyz, and just close it out also with you, just to talk a little bit more about it. And if you like horror, if you like cryptids, if you like all that stuff, then this is the book for you. It's my love letter to horror comics that I grew up with, and also the X-Men when they were good. So
there you go. There you have it. Thank you all for joining us. You can find me as usual. All over the place. Check out my stream descriptions. You'll find my contact info there. Thanks to everyone in chat who joined us. You guys freaking rock. I appreciate you all. Thanks to all the mods for dropping the links. And thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. I want to give special shout out thanks to our special guests, Oliver and Ray of 656 Comics. Please like, comment, subscribe, mark the bell for notifications, mark all notifications, so hopefully you receive some notification, some lead when something new comes up, stream or video, whatever the case may be. And drop some comments down below when the video has that area available. And let us know what you're most excited about and looking forward to on the Cryptidnals.
Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent.
We're closing out for the night. Thanks for joining us. And y'all have a good one. See you on the next stream.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube channel. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.